This is the Bible of the electrogenic cell. It's not just the best book ever written on the subject, it's the only book ever written on this subject. Brought to you by supporters of Christ.
Peace to the family. Peace to the family. I hope you understand me. We moving around, you know, them come in handy. So who's watching this video? I see people watching, but y'all look like the ops. Hey, y'all must be the ops watching this video, because anybody from the home team would have checked in. What are all of y'all doing watching in secret? Okay, somebody popped out. That's just you. That's just you. The rest of them still looking crazy. And you said no ops. Listen, check the weather. Listen, check the weather, fam. It's getting real oppy outside. Yo. Listen, no, they are right now. It's wow. Listen, it's wow right now. It's oppy. It's oppy outside. Listen, it's crazy out there right now. I'm up. Listen, the only reason I'm even going live right now, honestly, is because it's stuff going on. You know, we out here making it hot out in these YouTube streets right now. We out here, we making it hot out in these YouTube streets. You put me a little green powder in my canteen. But no, we making it hot out in these YouTube streets, and I'm waiting for Chase. My man Chase is 16. You know, he had his little homecoming dance today, and he went out on a date. My man hit me up. He had Applebee's, you know what I'm saying? Like, he had Applebee's at midnight. Like, he 27 years old. He had Applebee's at midnight. So, you know, I ain't going to sleep anyway. I'm up. Nah. That's their thing, bro. That's their thing. They don't really mean nothing by it. You know, plus they don't know how to, you know, we expose ourselves with our behavior, right? We expose ourselves with our behavior. You know, we building a religion and a culture over here, you know, so at the same time, as I'm cool with like going out and mixing it up, because, you know, we do have to spread the word and show people that we can teach, and not just teach in comfortable spaces, because teaching is really not about that. Respectfully, you know, when you're teaching to a warm audience, it confuses you because you believe that that's what's out there, but that's not the people that need the information. The people that need the information are the people who are, I'm not going to say against whatever it is that you have to offer or present, but they're going to put up a barrier. They're going to put up a barrier. So you got to, you know, as the guy in the front, you know, I got to demonstrate that I can do that and still be cool. You know what I'm saying? So in the past, you know what I'm saying, I might have, you know, let it get to me already, but that ain't really like, you know, it's cool. You know, they calling me all kind of names, but that, you know, like, you got to get to the space where that says more about you than it does about me. I don't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And I understand how that goes. You know what I'm saying? You get the name calling. Name calling is just before fighting, you know, and you get to that space when you run out of information. That's what happens. When you run out of information, you get the name calling and trying to turn it into something else. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I get it. Plus, what's happening with Enql, different, you know, everybody's different. Everybody has their different speeds, different motives. What's happening with Enql, though, is slowly but surely, I'm teaching him. You know what I'm saying? And he has these moments where I'm teaching him and he just allows the teaching to happen. And then he'll like snap out of it and realize like we ops, like, yo, this is not cool. He can't allow his followers to see him. Listen, he can't allow his followers to see him getting schooled. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just natural pecking order when men are amongst each other. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's going to fit into size place. That, you know, you go only front when you by yourself type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? But once men come together, you know, everybody going to fit in the pecking order. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a size order in terms of intelligence. It's going to be a size order in terms of like physical strength. It'll be a size order in terms of some sort of specific skill set, like basketball, football, fixing a car, building a computer. You know, everybody's going to fit into place. So they have, no. It's the information, brother. Listen, the information does that all by itself. CJ reposted this stream. Let's go, CJ. Let's go, CJ. That's one thing about HJ. HJ has set some sort of standard. You know what I'm saying? So even when he don't give us the high quality PEDs, digital PEDs, because when he reposts, it'd be like 1,000 people. But you know what I'm saying? When the rest of the family reposts, we still get a nice, you know what I'm saying, nice love. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing also is no matter what somebody else is doing, I can't let that get me to that space because I got different type of people watching my content. So the people that watch his content, they're comfortable with him being their teacher while they behave like that. You know what I'm saying? Like my people is not going to be. Oh, I see it on my phone too. That's a double shout out to CJ. That is absolutely on my cell phone. Just popped up notification. Reposted by CJ. Dr. EnQi reacts to the community of skeptics. That is a double shout out right there. Yeah, so everybody else do the same thing. Don't let CJ be the only one. You know what I'm saying? If you in Twitter, it's way easier, I guess, because you could just hit the little repost button. Yeah, if you're on Twitter, they make it exceptionally easy to repost. Yeah, you could just hit that button. Boop. Yeah, if you're on Twitter, you really almost like have no excuse. Now, I got to start mentioning this more often because if you're on Twitter, you really have like no excuse not to hit the repost. Like it's just a button. Boop. If not, it is a little cumbersome because you got to like copy the link and then open up whatever your thing is, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. You know, you got to go find your thing and you know what I'm saying? But if you're on Twitter, you can just hit that button and you lit. Yeah. Let's get it. All right, so let me show you because let me tell you, it's getting real oppy outside, man. Let me show you because I posted the clips. I don't know if y'all saw the clips. I have been posting some clips throughout the day. So let me show y'all the clips that I had posted, and then we'll get into Brother Unk's video where you know they said they was pulling a drive-by on me. So they did a 7-hour live stream about me today. So let me show you these clips, because I'm sure that his people, they saw one or more of the clips, and they probably hit Unc up like, "Yo, Unc, we gotta get at EnQi or whatever, because he getting at you. He got some clips of you, what I'm saying, and the clips, clips is looking kind of rough, bro." The clip's looking kind of rough, bro. We gotta respond. You know what I'm saying? So they did a 7-hour show. You know what I'm saying? They did a 7-hour show. Oh man, listen. Thank you for the super chat. I definitely need it. I definitely appreciate it. And then separately, thank you for the love. You know what I'm saying? Recognizing, you know what I'm saying? Like you waiting up with me. You know what I'm saying? So I got you also on daddy duty. We both, you know what I'm saying? I got my boy on the iPhone with his location locked in. I'm tracking his location. Oh man, I definitely appreciate that for a variety of reasons. So let's get into this work. Let me pull up this. Let's go ahead and pull up these clips, because I know that's what had happened. What had happened was these clips was floating around. You know what I mean? Yeah, they bugging with these kids with this thing on their head. Look at this. See, this is a thing right here. Now, this is a whole nother conversation, because there's something going on with these kids. And you know what's messed up? We don't even got no good conspiracy theory people on the internet anymore. Like, they done cleaned off all the conspiracy theory people, because we need some right now. We need some right now. With that guy, what's his name? David. And he kidnapped the girl, allegedly, or whatever. And then the bodies was in the car and all kind of madness. And then look at this little girl. Now, this is a commercial that popped up on front of my video. And this little girl got one of them things on her head. That looked like a tattoo or something. I don't know. Chloe came in with one of them things on the other day. I said, "What's that on your head?" And she said, "Oh, Dad, this is a pimple." I said, "Take that off your head. Get that off your head, bro. You don't need that for no pimple. Go in the bathroom and rub a little alcohol on it. Don't get that off your face. Oh, let me see you wearing that thing." I don't know what's happening with them kids. I don't want to. You just rub you a little alcohol on there. You all right? Yeah, nah. Because that David, he got one of them things on, and yeah, so I don't know what's happening with them kids with that thing on. Yeah, don't put that on. Hold on, let's get to Jabari.
Darwin's theory of evolution, which is really described very well in chapter 4 of The Origin of Species, really describes how organisms change through sexual selection and through environmental adaptation.
Are you saying yes or no that Charles Darwin's theory of evolution is good science, is correct science? Yes or no?
I am saying yes.
I asked you a simple question. Is Charles Darwin's theory of evolution correct? And you said yes. Am I missing? It seems Jabari is Unc's student when it comes to blind devotion to Charles Darwin. He teaches his students that there was no one teaching evolution before Darwin. And that is a shame, as he calls himself a Kemetic scholar. That there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin. That there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin. That there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin. That there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin. That there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin. That there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin.
Is this your king? Is this your king?
This is a king! What?
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Hey, listen up. Are you still using?
Okay, yeah. So, you know, it's a few clips like this that went out this morning or throughout the course of the day. You know what I'm saying? And I can tell from the material that Enql did in his, I guess, his drive-by video. You know, they did a drive-by on Dr. EnQi, you know, intellectual drive-by, you know, for YouTube purposes. They did an intellectual drive-by on Dr. EnQi earlier. So they clearly were responding to the videos. But, and the thing is, I got them researching. You know what I'm saying? I got them looking up stuff. I got them researching. So I am teaching them. Whether they want to credit me for that or view it that way, you know what I'm saying? I'm still teaching them. You know what I'm saying? One way or another. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to put folks in the chokehold, and you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm still teaching them regardless, because these are all videos. So when you say in one video you've never heard of a thing, and then in the next video you're trying to respond to it, obviously you spent that night and the next morning trying to look up the information. You know what I'm saying? So what's good, Jack? Jack, listen. Jack, we started up a new thing earlier, Jack. You got to pay admission to be in the live stream. So there's now an admission to get into these live streams, like a cover fee. You have to share the video. Only if you on Twitter. If you're not on Twitter, you good. Don't worry about it. You got VIP pass. You got VIP pass if you on YouTube. But no, we're trying to get everybody on Twitter to share the video. But anyway, so back to these guys, right? Yeah, these guys didn't even know that there was a history associated with the theory of evolution. And it's not even just a trail of videos from this week. It's a trail of videos from the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've never mentioned the other people associated with the theory of evolution, which is the problem with the understanding. You know what I'm saying? So these clips is really funny. Like, the clips is really funny for me. I think the clips is hilarious, even though I could understand Unk's need to respond. I could definitely understand his need to respond, especially if his people hit him up. Like, yo, EnQi styling on you. Plenty of scientists who that there were plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they was trying to get beat some people. Go ahead. I'm gonna tell you why they wasn't successful. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why they wasn't successful.
Because they didn't identify the mechanism. That's
Wasn't successful.
because they didn't identify the mechanism. And that's why he's called.
Wait.
No, don't cut me
Right there.
Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
Cut me off. All Darwin thing lacked was what? A mechanism. No evidence of criminals in the blood of transferred traits. It says no evidence of transferred traits was found. concluded pangenesis lacked empirical support. This is where this shit is falling apart. This is science right in front of y'all eyes.
Going to argue with me on a whole bunch of different things, but nobody is going to be able to tell you that gemules or gemules is real, that pangenesis is a fact, or that it was not debunked in the 1800s.
He's right. Nobody can tell you that it wasn't that, because that's exactly what happened. He's right. Nobody can tell you that it wasn't that, because that's exactly what happened. EnQi, I'm going to say this again. EnQi is right about pangenesis, right? Being disqualified by not having actual proof of it.
Is this your king? Is this your king?
This is a king. What?
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Yo, I know Unc seen these videos. Listen, I know Unc seen these videos, and he couldn't control himself. He literally did a 7-hour live stream about me. And in their mind, I guess they haven't figured out how the internet work yet. Yeah, because doing a 7-hour live stream about me only makes people curious about me. Like maybe your main 5 or 10 guys gonna be like, man, F EnQi, we ain't listening to EnQi. But everybody else gonna be curious. They be like, let me go over there to the side page, or let me find EnQi's page and see what the other side of this conversation is. Do they genuinely believe Darwin was the father of evolution? Bruh. Listen, I'm from the Bronx. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, in our neighborhood, you know, we made jokes. You know what I'm saying? We just made jokes. You know what I'm saying? We could fight and, you know, stuff like that, but we made jokes. So there's a, you know, I make jokes, you know what I'm saying? But outside of me trying to be funny to help people get the information, because when there's a little bit of entertainment to it, you know what I'm saying? Not trying to be, you know, like too disrespectful or derogatory or call anybody outside their name or anything like that, but just, you know, keep it light. People can absorb the information better. But the other reason I'm making these videos is because most of these people have a serious problem with admitting that they don't know something, because most people are building up their audience based on like creating this persona where they know everything. So one part of this is teaching and entertainment, but the other part of the videos is just like evidence of me saying, like, you know, like you know, you just messed up, right? Like Menace of Society. Like, did you get the 40 ounce at 10:45? And my point is, there's literally a video. Matter of fact, it might be the next video clip where Unc is literally saying Charles Darwin is the father of evolution. If it's not this next video clip, it's the one after. Actually, let me see. Let me see what this is. No, this is let me go straight to that one, since you okay, yeah, let me go to this one.
We're on a mission.
Since you just made that comment, let me show you what I posted earlier. This is what I posted earlier today.
Problem number 1.
EnQi does not know who the father of evolution is. He and his students believe Darwin to be the father or sole inventor of evolution.
And then you try to separate Charles Darwin from evolution. I told you he's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. His theory is the quote unquote foundation of evolutionary biology, which unifies everything in nature. So I'm just trying to tell, how is a man's theory not a theory that actually unifies biology? It's crazy.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Wait, listen. This is an important clip because I'm gonna play this one twice so you can. This is an important one because this is the first clip that I put up this morning, and literally, this is like a main subject of their 7-hour slide over there, or at least they tried to do something with it. They totally messed it up, and I think the problem is getting so used to being able to microwave information. Like just look it up real quick overnight and fake like you're comfortable with it. I think they run into problems when, you get to, more nuanced information. You know what I'm saying? Plus, since I know that that's what's going on, I'm asking that. Listen, if you notice, Jabari and EnQi and Sa and all of them, they have a problem with me asking questions. The reason why they don't like me asking questions is because they know that I know what's going on right now. So I'm asking nuanced questions and I'm not giving out any answers. So every time you see me, I'm going to ask you something that I didn't mention last time so I could, catch you right now on the spot. Like what you know about this. But all relative to the conversation, things that you should know. Like if I wear a hat that says melanin versus diabetes and you ask me, where does melanin come from? I'm not going to be like, show me a source, show me a source, show me a source. I'm like you're supposed to know this. This is supposed to be your thing. Like how you don't know, you know what I'm saying? So that's the whole thing. But this comes up later, right? Because as you hear the audio of EnQi saying Charles Darwin is the father of evolution, I'm actually showing you the guy that the British encyclopedias and all that, like the guy that's actually known for being the father of evolution. I'm showing you who that is. And it's not Charles Darwin. He's not known as the actual, because see, here's the thing. There's a difference between layman's terms and scientific community, right? Like how EnQi likes to look up. He goes, wait, what is that? Scientific theory. He goes, yeah, well, there's a difference between theory and scientific theory. So let's look up scientific theory. He does that all the time. He's been looking up scientific theory for 100 years. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know why he stops there. That's with everything. There's a nuanced language for every technical field, right? So it doesn't stop with scientific theory. You know what I'm saying? Everything has that same sort of application. You know what I'm saying? And so in the field, this guy is known as the father of evolution, which is important to the overall conversation.
Problem number one. EnQi does not know who the father of evolution is. He and his students believe Darwin to be the father or sole inventor of evolution.
And then you try to separate Charles Darwin from evolution. I told you he's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. His theory is the quote unquote foundation of evolutionary biology, which unifies everything in nature. So I'm just trying to tell, how is a man's theory not a theory that actually unifies biology? It's crazy.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up. Charles Darwin.
You are not.
Charles Darwin.
You are not.
This is hands down one of the most powerful.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I put that up this morning, and you know, obviously I got a reaction. You know what I'm saying? They did a 7-hour video. Hold on, let me show y'all the rest of these clips though. All right. So we saw that one. Okay, we're missing 2 clips. Which one is this? Okay, there's that one, and then what's this one? Oh, this one is funny. This one is funny. That last
being that Mitt Romney.
That last one was funny too, but this one is this one is funny too.
Romney is a flip-flopper. That he changes his mind too much. Being that Mitt Romney is a flip-flopper. That he changes his mind too much.
And oh, by the way, he explained it all wrong.
In the 1800s, Francis Galton and other scientists performed experiments on the pangenesis theory and found it to be incorrect.
EnQi is absolutely right about that statement right there. And oh, by the way, he explained it all wrong. I'm going to say it again. He's absolutely right. Charles Darwin's blood, second cousin, Galton, him and some other scientists actually tried to apply the scientific method, and they debunked the scientific hypothesis with pangenesis. They did that. You got nothing correct.
Being that Mitt Romney is a flip-flopper. That he changes his mind too much.
You got nothing correct. I'm going to say this again. EnQi is right about pangenesis, right? Being disqualified by not having actual proof of it. You got nothing correct. EnQi does a great job in explaining that. You got nothing correct. And you explained this eloquently. You got nothing correct. Attempted to explain inheritance and variation, and you explained this eloquently. EnQi, now you straight outright lying. You got nothing correct, and you never bought that source. You got nothing correct. I appreciate you bringing up horizontal gene transfer years ago, right? I appreciate you bringing up a pangenesis, right? And educating us on that. I actually appreciate that. You got nothing correct. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it.
His scientific conclusion, the wrong explanation on how things was inherited, does not debunk Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. It actually strengthens it.
The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it.
Is this your kid? Is this your kid?
This is a king. What?
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Want to go viral like your favorite creator?
All right, I got one more.
Disclaimer.
Now he should have knew this was gonna be this might be my favorite one.
Bro Unc did call me out for not being able to read. The following. Yeah. Roll the tape.
He can't comprehend what he reads.
Go ahead, because your name is in the title. Go ahead,
So Ned, I need you to check your email.
Okay.
Pull something up. Because this is what EnQi does not understand. He does what they all do. Okay? We're just going to get this straight. Let's get this real straight here.
Man, I would love to keep this going, but I got to go get my babies.
Yeah, I know. Run it. I know. Go get your
I'm a father of five, and I take care of mine.
Pull up your email real quick. He got 2 seconds.
All right.
Ask that man, did the scientists know everything? No, they don't know everything.
The
But
only
there's a way
thing
to
with
get.
this is I don't know how to blow it up. So
You don't got to blow it up. So can you read that to the people? First of all, we're going to ask EnQi. EnQi, do you know what a scientific theory is now? It's my turn to ask questions. It's my turn now. Do you know what a scientific theory is, EnQi? You could look it up. I want you to. I ain't trying to get an aha moment.
No. I'm just like not answering, so you can go ahead and finish.
No. What is that? See, so this man didn't ask 1,000 questions. Now you ask him 2 questions.
Oh, you on the clock, brother? Just come on with your paper.
No, I want to know what is a scientific theory, bro. You can look it up. Go to Wikipedia.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, or Sonetta, read it and see if he agrees with it.
you got to send it again. Send it again.
I cannot send it again. It's gonna knock me off the stream, y'all, bro.
Okay, hold on.
Nothing can do yet.
Wait, hold on. Oh, why can't you read it?
Because I can't read, nigga. That's why. Now, I can't read. So I can't read. So let's get that out the way. I cannot read. So that's why Sonetta's gonna read. Hypothesis. We're talking about scientific hypothesis, just like we were talking about scientific facts. A tentative statement about the natural world leading to deductions that can be tested. If the deductions are verified, the hypothesis is provisionally corroborated. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy, which requires you. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy.
Is this your king? Is this your king?
This is your king. What?
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
So I don't know if they saw all those clips. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they saw all those clips, but I'm sure they saw one or more of the clips because they, he did this. He did this. 7 hours and 1 minute. So he went off. He went off. Yeah, he went off. So let's dig into this though. We're definitely not watching the whole 7 hours. But we will find wherever I'm at. Yeah, here we go. I came in somewhere. I came in somewhere in the middle. Somebody hit me up and said, Unc is roasting you over there, so you might as well jump in there. So you see, I'm not like everybody else. I pulled up to the party. Wait. No, that's him just showing clips of me. He's showing clips of me like I had clips of him. He's doing this thing. I ain't mad at him. All right. Okay, here's where I come in.
Yeah. What? You gotta ask the question, bro.
I really enjoyed whooping on you and Jabari like that, man. That was fun.
You think you did that, bro?
Everybody think I did that.
I know. Everybody that don't understand evolution probably think that.
Come on, you don't understand. Yo, you heard what he said, right? He said, "You really think you beat me and Jabari?" I said, "Everybody think I beat you and Jabari." He said, "I know." Oh my goodness. Whooping on you and Jabari like that, man. That was fun.
You think you did that, bro?
Everybody think I did that.
I know that everybody that don't understand evolution probably think that.
Come on, you don't understand evolution.
Don't worry about it. I understand enough to know that pangenesis did not debunk evolution. So where's that source at? See, we're still waiting for, and then you flam saw on that, right? Hit him with the quick talk. And whatchamacallit ass, numerologist, you got him.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the point you got him with. You got him with saying, because I wasn't there, that our ancestors or the Egyptians didn't know evolution, Charles Darwin, evolution. So then how can you teach that? We're gonna deal with that right now. And then where's the source, EnQi, that shows that because pangenesis was debunked, that some kind of way debunked evolution? Yo, that's the source we're looking for. We're not looking for the source that it was debunked. That's fool. That's like Copernicus in his planet or how planets orbited. He got that wrong, but it didn't debunk. I'm saying his heliocentric model. So where's that source at, EnQi? Right, you don't got it. You don't got it. Where's the page in the book? In Charles Darwin's book when he says that. See what I'm saying?
Listen, let me ask you a question.
Nah, man, no, get the source, bro. Yo, this ain't what you're doing. I ain't gonna let you play me like that. No.
I can't ask you no questions.
Hell no. Until you answer my question. That's crazy.
Okay, what question you ask me?
Where is the source?
In my laptop.
No, get the source to say not the laptop you took from Polite. That one. Yeah.
You trolling.
Yeah, boy, I'm trying to tell you. What I said, man. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Come on, man. I'm not doing this. Ask me 100 questions. Yeah, you know what's funny about the ask 100 questions, yo? That was definitely a York tactic. You ask nigga 100 questions. So just because the person don't know the question, one, doesn't mean the material is incorrect. Doesn't mean that. Scientific method starts off with a question. So the science
leader decides what I want, the result they're after.
Man, they trolling, ain't they?
Off with not knowing, yo, and they work through it till they know. Where is the source at, man? Come on, yo. Just say I don't got it. I'd rather you say
but I do have it.
Oh, put it up. Let me see.
I just wanna enjoy the space. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's another reason too. Look. The other reason is this, right? And I'm trying to say this as respectfully as possible. And I'm gonna leave this video up for a day or so people can see it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely so Unc and them could catch it and they'll see it and they'll respond and whatever. We'll keep the bill going. But y'all should know from reading my books now, right? These people don't really know what I do. So that's another reason why what they say doesn't really bother me like that. But you know from buying my books that sometimes you might get a book from me and there's more reference material in the book than what I'm writing. You know what I'm saying? So you know, because now we have a community that's used to reading scientific journals and articles and things like that. You know what I'm saying? If you're a part of the real community over here and you in the classes, the Patreon, and you buy the books and you know, so you know that when PhDs and scientists, doctors, specialists, when they write these papers, right? When they write these papers are for their peers, right? A lot of people don't know, maybe they just never stop to think about that. But scientific journals originally were like, it's a peer, it's for their peers. It's not for John Q. public, right? In America, and I'm not saying this about Uncle or anybody over there, but I'm saying in America, the average reading level is between 3rd and 5th grade, right? The average reading levels for 3rd and 5th grade. So when scientists are putting out, an article or a PhD or biologist or doctor or whatever the case may be, they're putting that material out for their peer group, right? So with all due respect, Unc and his followers, they don't know enough of the material to really follow along with an article. So it wouldn't really do anything to just throw an article out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to honestly, slowly but surely educate everybody while we continue to have these back and forths. So that way, if I do decide to go through an article with everybody, even if people disagree and they want to argue, it'll be a more intelligent conversation because people will have at least spent a week or two studying up to the point where the article can at least make sense. But for me to have pulled out an article on the first day when nobody knows what pangenesis is, nobody knows who's Alfred Wallace, nobody knows who's, like, why would I even pull out an article? It would just it'd be me taking them to school, and then after that, everybody pretending like they knew what I was talking about the whole time, faking. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, I don't have no problem with teaching, but if I'm going to teach, you're going to absolutely, if I'm going to play the role of teacher, you're going to absolutely play the role of student. I'm not going to play the role of teacher and then everybody going to pretend that, oh yeah, we already knew that from the beginning. Like, no, that's not, no, you didn't. You didn't know. Relax. I show you how to do this, son. So, respectfully, that's the other reason why. Is no reason for me to rush to try to show an article from a scientific journal. You don't know enough of the space. You know what I'm saying? And there's still like 1 or 2 things that I haven't even mentioned yet. You know what I'm saying? That's Rubik's Cube, brain buster. You know what I'm saying? Before it would totally make sense for me to like pull out an article and try to share an article on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to raise the level of understanding in the area so we can get the familiar things down pack. You know what I'm saying? Because it's an interesting, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I'm having fun with the conversation. But it doesn't make sense to pull out no journal articles because, come on. Y'all know at home, some of them articles be hard to read. I tell y'all sometime, like, this book was hard for me to get through, or this article was tough for me to read. Like, you know what I'm saying? So pretending like scientific journals, articles, or doctors' articles, or, like nuanced scientific articles are easy to read, that's fool's gold. You know what I'm saying? Some of them articles be tough, especially if you're not familiar with the information. So, yeah. Plus, it's getting cold outside. And Enqi is the god of water and the god of mischief. So, I got to troll a little bit. Respectfully. I feel like a lot of people be pretending that they know stuff that they don't know. Mm-hmm. So let me say this. Mm-hmm. I appreciate your passion. Mm-hmm. And I also, even though you be going crazy, mm-hmm. I do respect your honesty. Mm-hmm. I don't think Jabari is the same as some of the other fellas. So I want to have more conversations with them so that we could explore the depth of what they know and what they don't know.
Okay.
So you know, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, we need to have we should get Jabari on here right now. Like, that'd be good if you could call Jabari and tell Jabari tap in. Then we could really go crazy.
Oh man, you know we could.
Yeah, get Jabari up here. Mr. Where's the source at? Because I want to know what he gonna do when I pull it out.
You're not gonna pull no source out.
Listen, see, that's the beauty. That's the beauty of these videos, because here's what happens. Look, a lot of times it's just about like creating a moment. So we caught Jabari. You know, I did a 7-hour version of our first video where I analyzed it. And there's a few times where I caught Jabari on AI. Then I have one clip of Jabari that I haven't loaded up yet, where Jabari literally said word for word what's written on the AI. Now, I don't have a problem with Google, and I don't have a problem with AI. I don't have a problem with Wiki.
Oh,
neither do you. We agree on that.
Yeah. But
see, for me, it's whack if you pretend like you do. Meanwhile, you doing it. Like why are you faking? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to maintain this facade of knowing everything when you don't? I tell my people that watch me, like, your audience may not know me, or they may only know whatever you say or whatever the case.
Yeah, they think you're a pseudo.
Yeah, it's cool. But I'm saying my audience, they know that I tell them all the time, I only know a handful of stuff. And that's how all humans are. You know what I'm saying? If you look at LeBron is a genius on the basketball court, but I'm sure he doesn't know how to fix like his toilet if it start leaking, or, you know what I'm saying, change his spark plugs in his car, you know what I'm saying, or build a new, you know, house in like a little, you know, he don't know how to build a patio or something. Like, he knows what he knows, and that's just it. So I never feel like I need to pretend to know things outside of my wheelbarrow. But with these videos, like, you know, Jabari has went out on the deep end, and he's already, you know, like pretty much made his statements and got, you know, made them emphatically and boom, boom, boom. So what happens, for instance, if I pull out the source and here's the boom, bam, here's the source. Here's exactly what you said doesn't exist, Jabari. What does Jabari do at that point?
I don't know.
Does Jabari say, I apologize, I'm wrong? Because I've never seen that happen.
I don't got a problem with being wrong, but I know that one, that never happened. I
know where you wrong at.
Okay,
I know where your misunderstanding is.
I'm wrong at.
Your misunderstanding is where you're like mistaken Charles Darwin's theory of evolution for the much broader theory of evolution.
No, I'm not.
I think you are, because when we have the conversation, you talk about things like genetics. You talk about, like on the video, you mentioned that during the pandemic, the COVID was evolving, and Charles Darwin's theory of evolution allowed the doctors to evolve the medicine to catch up with the virus. And I'm saying that's all incorrect, because yes, the science of evolution allowed that to happen, right? But not Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution had nothing to do with genetics. There was no genes in his lifetime. There was no DNA. There was no RNA. He knew nothing about any of that.
Who said that, though?
You did. It's on video.
Nah, you put that together. What I said was...
No, sir. No, sir.
What I said was evolutionary theory. We know evolution is real. We know the theory is right, because if it wasn't, we wouldn't have been able to continue to make changes in the vaccine every time a new variant came. The variant was proof that things evolve over time. With viruses, that time is a very short time, right? Point blank. Correct. So then Charles Darwin, hold on. So Charles Darwin understanding, right, is the catalyst to getting to that point, bro. It's the foundation of modern evolutionary biology. So in evolution, listen, he wrote a scientific treatise, which you messed up the title. You did. You thought he was talking about the races and all that. You messed it up, right?
No,
you did. I'm not gonna argue with that.
I didn't.
You did. Let me finish my point.
Wait, let me ask you this.
Nah, nope. I can't
remember. Wait, no, I'm just saying this one thing.
No.
You remember back in the blog talk days?
I want to finish my point.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Charles Darwin is the foundation of evolutionary biology. His work is the foundation of evolutionary biology. Okay? And so those variants changing, COVID virus changing to different variants is proof that Charles Darwin theory dealing with natural selection was real and accurate, because we understood that, bro. I can't help it if you can't understand that. Don't have to know about genes, right? His theory didn't require you to know about genes. His extra step was trying to figure out their inheritance, which he got wrong. And I never said that you got the application of pangenesis correct. I said you got what Charles Darwin said about pangenesis right. What you didn't get right was that affected the theory of evolution, which it did not. It just did.
So let me ask you this. Because I also have you on video, right? I think you might have said so many things, you might not remember them all.
I remember very well.
Okay, so you remember saying Charles Darwin is the father.
He is.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Who is Wallace?
Wallace also talked. Remember, he had a theory too. Remember, he didn't. But Darwin, you got this called the Wallace line. So you know who Wallace was. He also had, but Wallace put a little spooky in his thing. That's what messed him up. But yeah, he was doing Charles Darwin time, and he too had an idea around evolution, yo. And that's why Darwin, 26 years later, said, "Hold on, man." Once he heard about Wallace, he needed to produce his work because he wanted to get his work out first. So we know who Alfred Wallace was, yo. Go ahead.
Wait,
suppose I didn't know who Alfred Wallace was. Then what?
Hold on. Wait,
you're
wrong, huh?
That is Alfred Wallace, the Wallace line. What you mean?
Hold on. Let me explain how you're wrong. Listen.
Oh man, come on, man.
Darwin, I'm just explaining to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Darwin didn't get his work out first.
Yes, he did.
Let me just explain it to you, and then you can research it and check. You know what I'm saying? I know this is your home field, but I'm just trying to share with you. Listen,
he published
Wallace didn't get his work out. I mean, Darwin didn't get his work out first. In fact, Wallace got his work to Darwin first. Wallace shared his work with Darwin, and then Darwin read Wallace's material and said, we need to release not Wallace, I mean, not Darwin, but Darwin's two friends, I forgot their name, Hook or something else. Anyway, they came to Darwin and said, you and Wallace need to release y'all work together. So they co-authored the work that you and Jabari believe is original.
Go get a source, yo.
Yo, listen, let me tell you what I'll be doing. Listen.
Oh, yo, go get a source, yo.
Hold on. Listen.
Doing this, bro. Where the hell is everybody else at around this motherfucker too? Everybody's kid hit the damn link.
Listen, they want to watch. Everybody got their popcorn. This is,
why you overwhooping that? Come on, bro. That's not.
Listen, I'm telling you that Wallace. Listen, Wallace and Darwin partnered up, brother. I'm trying to tell you, the one didn't release before the other. They released together. I'm trying to explain to you this. So now that we agree or disagree on Wallace, you say what you said, I said what I said. It's already on the video, right? So that's that. But here's the thing. Now you have to answer the question of when you say Darwin was the father, okay, now he has a co-parent. Right. So now Darwin has now he has another, it's a co-parent now, you know what I'm saying? So now we got Adam and Steve, you know what I'm saying? We got Darwin and Wallace. We got Charles and Alfred, you know what I'm saying? So
those are contemporaries. Those are contemporaries, right? So how does Lamarck fit into the conversation? If Darwin is the father and Wallace is his contemporary, how does Lamarck fit into the conversation?
Man, you just, man, first of all, it don't fit in none of the shit you saying because you done mixed up everything else. You done mixed up.
Hold on. All right, listen to what I'm saying.
You tell me, wait, explain that, because I'm still waiting on that source. This is what I'm not going to let you.
Listen.
No, I'm not going to listen.
All right, I'm not going to ask you a question. I'm going to just make a statement.
No, go get the source, though. On your computer. Go ahead.
You want me to pull it up on my computer?
Yeah, pull that up, bro. Show us the source that says, right?
Wallace and Darwin released their material together?
No, they did. No, Darwin actually had his thing together in 1830. Wallace, had the same principles in 1850, yo. So, but so Darwin shit was definitely.
Yo, what's crazy is that while Unc is saying he don't mind not being wrong and he don't mind looking stuff up or letting people know when he look up stuff, he's still trying to fake it. He's still trying to fake it because I even know where he's making the mistakes at. You know what I'm saying? When you look up, when you go into the book, right? When you go into the Origin of Species book, and then further the variation of plants and animals, like when you read the books, it tells you that Darwin started studying in the 30s, right? But if you just like, you know what I'm saying? Like he obviously he living his life. He got a family. He got other stuff going on, business, job, or whatever. I don't know. He got his love interest or kids or whatever. So, you ain't really got all day to spend on this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody tell you early in the morning, EnQi dropped a video on you, we need to do another video. It's not like he got time to really comb through the material. So all he could really do is just do a quick little search. So when he does that, you know what I'm saying, you're going to make little mistakes like that. You know what I'm saying? Where you believe like, no, it was in the 1830s and whoop, whoop, whoop. Like, that's not what happened, bro.
Definitely first, bro. I'm gonna tell you that right now, yo. So they independently, though. The thing about them two is they independently conceive. No, I'm saying we know this is what we talk about. It's independent. What are you talking about, bro?
Did they release the material together? Matter of fact, just keep scrolling to the bottom. You'll see it because I know what you're reading. Just keep scrolling to the bottom.
What are you talking about? Did you want me to do this? Listen, hold on. First of all, this is a scientific literature channel, yo, and we reserve the right to look at anything we want to. It's not a bad thing to
look it up.
The problem is you don't look it up. What I'm telling you is I don't have to look up Wallace. I explained to you what Wallace was. I explained to you. I explained to you the whole thing, how they was contemporaries. Okay? But they did not publish their work together, bro. Darwin published his work first. Darwin published his work in Darwin Ben had his thing together. They knew about it since 1830, and Wallace was 1850. And when Darwin realized, right, that this man had the same type of thing, he wanted to get his work out there first. Darwin wanted to get his work out there first. I don't gotta read that. I know that, man.
All right. That's cool. I'll concede to that. If that's, I'll concede to that.
No, you gotta concede to it because that's what it is. We can't keep going down the wrong.
You just right anything. You see you reading it right there, right?
No, I'm in the chat, bro.
All right, but look, let me ask you this. Now
you know what I'm gonna do for you now? For now, I'm gonna type in everything you say. Since that's what I'm doing, let me start doing that.
All right, but look, let me just ask you. Look, hold on. Because Lamarck was not Darwin's contemporary, so Lamarck's work came first. Have you looked up Lamarck's theory of evolution?
No, he fucked it up.
I'm asking you a question. Did you look up Lamarck's theory of evolution?
Let's look it up together. What do you say it is? Let's look it up together. I ain't thinking we hit the third. Let's look it up together.
What, Wallace and
Darwin have a theory of evolution, but I don't think he had a theory of evolution.
Who, Lamarck?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Put in Lamarck's theory.
All right, now I'm looking it up for the ladies. Let me see. He didn't have before I look up anything, I already know he didn't have a theory, a scientific theory. So what are you saying though? Go ahead.
I'm just saying, if Charles Darwin was influenced, inspired, or borrowed some ideas from Lamarck, how could Charles Darwin be the father? Yeah.
Because he's the father.
No. That ain't what your screen say.
No. Do you know why? Hold on. Do you know why a person's the father, yo? Father over those three, though?
Why would he be the father?
Because he identified the mechanism, yo, and I ain't even got to look that up.
Yo, Unc.
You didn't know that, though?
Don't be
strong.
strong.
That's why somebody the father or something, yo?
Don't be strong and wrong.
I don't got to be strong and wrong. Yo, I'm right on that. So you got to, come on, bro.
First of all, look, remember, he tag teamed with Wallace on natural selection, right? Now, I'm trying to get you to take you up the family tree because you think that Charles Darwin is the first one. I'm trying to take you up the family tree.
With a comprehensive theory defining the robust mechanisms, yo.
You want to go up the family tree past Lamarck?
I know that. I don't got to worry about Lamarck and none of them.
Okay.
Like seriously, like I don't got like you're gonna mess it up, not me.
I'm gonna mess it up. You said Charles Darwin came up with it, and he was really borrowing somebody else's swag. Like
it was not, bro.
He was stealing the drip.
No, it wasn't. So all right. So what you want to look up? We're gonna look this up. We want to look up. Did Charles Darwin borrow Lamarck?
Be nice. Type in was Charles Darwin influenced. Listen. Type in was Charles Darwin influenced by Lamarck.
Nah, man, he didn't have a robust son. I know already, bro. I know he did not have.
You want me to look it up on my computer?
No, you probably got a pseudo computer. You got all kinds of.
I got a pseudo Google. I got the Google is pseudo on my computer. Yo.
So listen, Lamarck. Hold on, Lamarck, Darwin. Who we got? Lamarck, Darwin, and Wallace.
Oh yeah.
And you're saying is you trying to do a family tree thing, and you want to.
All right, so just because we didn't look it up over there, I know some people are curious, like what would that have looked like if we did look it up? So here's what Google would have said how we looked at it. And now listen, I'm sure, because if you look at Unc, I'm sure that Unc looked it up and then was like, nah, let's not look it up. Once he looked it up, he was like, let's not look it up. Yeah, so just tell me what you're saying about it. Like, yeah, because you saw what it said when you looked it up, right? So if you type in, was Darwin influenced by Lamarck? Right? It pops up nice and clean. Right? It pops up nice and clean. Right? Yes, John Baptiste Lamarck significantly influenced Charles Darwin by helping to establish the idea that species evolve over time and by proposing mechanisms like the inheritance of acquired characteristics that Darwin adapted or later debated. While Darwin developed his own theory of natural selection, he acknowledged Lamarck as a predecessor in understanding evolutionary change and used some of Lamarck's ideas, particularly concerning the inheritance of acquired traits, to supplement his own theory, at least in later editions of On the Origin of Species. So trust me, I'm sure that when I told him to look it up, he typed it in real quick and saw that, let's not look it up. Just explain what you said.
Be nice. Type in was Charles Darwin influenced. Listen. Type in was Charles Darwin influenced by Lamarck.
Nah,
Listen, type in, was Charles Darwin influenced by Lamarck?
nah, man, he didn't have a robust science. I know already, bro. I know he did not have. Because
You want me to look it up on my computer?
No, you probably got a pseudo computer. You got all kind of.
I got a pseudo Google. I got the Google is pseudo on my computer. Yo.
So listen, Lamarck. Hold on, Lamarck, Darwin. Who we got? Lamarck, Darwin, and Wallace.
Oh yeah.
And you're saying that you're trying to do a family tree thing, and you want to know why he's a father.
No. I'm saying you said Darwin invented. You said Darwin was the father.
Yeah, he's the father. The word father don't mean invented, for the record.
Father means the creator.
No, it doesn't. No.
Oh, yes, it is. I am the creator of my children. I am definitely the father.
Yeah, you got that wrong. That's the science. We're not talking your kids.
Well, wait a minute. So hold on.
What?
Literally, I'm giving you an entendre of an example because literally the whole entire theory of Darwin's evolution is about passing on genetic information. So I'm giving you something that's a metaphor, but that's also related. I'm telling you, I'm the father of my children, just like you're saying Darwin's the father of the concept of evolution. And I'm telling you that the concept is way older than Darwin. Darwin's grandfather, Darwin's grandfather passed down the books to Darwin.
Raspy, you talking about Raspy?
Yeah, something like that. Erasmus.
Yeah.
Right. So how you? But how you saying? See, that's why you over there clicking all the buttons right now.
I'm not, bro. I'm not. I don't got to click on no daggone button. And then if I am, what's wrong with it? I don't gotta sneak it over this channel. We don't. This not that kind of channel where you can't look up shit.
Okay.
It's not. What's up, Chilen Base? Little Killer Fish? How you doing, bro?
I'm good. What's up, everybody?
Over here having fun with EnQi making up shit.
I had some questions because I was a little confused by what EnQi trying to say. I was confused, so I need help.
What you saying, EnQi?
Come on in with your polite trolling. Come on, he trying to be nice about his trolling. Come on in and troll. I know I'm behind enemy line.
I troll. When I troll, I tell the truth. I just come out and say it. I'm not a troll. I let it be known clear.
Now this guy, eventually he's going to lead to me leaving the stream. He's going to do something that's so crazy that I just had to leave the stream. I was like, no, I gotta go. But you'll see in a second. So just remember so far the conversation before this guy jumped in, right? The conversation before he jumped in was, is Charles Darwin the father of evolution? And then we were working our way backwards up the family tree, right? And so Mr., no picture, like the guys that join live streams without showing themselves, they always kill me. Like, bro, why did you join the live stream if we can't see you? Right? Why do you feel like you should have a voice if your voice don't have a face, if you're not willing to really stand on whatever it is you're saying? I don't believe in people joining live streams like that. Like, to me, this is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless it's your channel. If it's your channel and people know you and they, you know what I'm saying, then that's different. But if you just joining a channel, bro, like, you always suspect to me if you don't show your face.
So let's get back to Lamarck. What are you saying Lamarck's theory of evolution was?
I'm not.
You're not what?
I'm not saying his theory of evolution was anything. I didn't say his theory of evolution was anything.
So did he have a theory of evolution?
Absolutely.
And what
in my kitchen, boy?
Hold on, look, hit the share screen. Let's do one thing at a time. Hit the share screen, Unc.
Put the chart up there for you. Oh, you talking about for you?
Yeah, hit the share screen for me.
Oh, this is gonna be the soul. Hold on. You capture that. Oh, you doing it? Hey, what is that?
I just did a Google search. That's all. I just did a Google search.
Nah, that ain't real. That ain't publishing nothing together. What are you doing? What?
What? I just did a Google search. I thought you said that Google. Wait a minute. I thought you said. Hold up. I thought you said Google was acceptable. Now because Google disagree with you, it's not acceptable.
Oh, man, they didn't publish no theory together. That's crazy, bro. I ain't never heard that. I read the pseudo. They didn't, yo. Come on, man. You gotta stop.
Yo, you crazy.
We're not doing it, Joe.
Oh, you see, these are the moments that I gotta have. You know what I'm saying? These are the moments I gotta have on video where people be wrong and strong with it. Unc was like, nah, Darwin published his papers first. The 1830s. He ain't published nothing with Wallace. What are you talking about? All right, cool. I even offer him to like concede to his point. Like, well, if you want to just, it's on video already, so we can move on. Nah, you got to prove it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Quick little Google. I promise you, listen.
You see what this man just did? Yo, hold on, let me read it. Charles Darwin and Alpha Wallace co-authored the theory of evolution by natural.
The search. I thought you said that. Yeah, hit the share screen for me.
Oh, this is gonna be the so. Hold on. Capture that. Oh, you doing it? Hey, what is that?
I just did a Google search. That's all. I just did a Google search.
Nah, that ain't real. That ain't publishing nothing together. What are you doing? What?
What? I just did a Google search. I thought you said that Google. Wait a minute. I thought you said. Hold up. I thought you said Google was acceptable. Now because Google disagree with you, it's not acceptable.
Man, they didn't publish no theory together. That's crazy, bro. I ain't never heard that. I read the pseudo. They didn't, yo. Come on, man. You gotta stop.
Yo, you crazy.
We're not doing it, Joe.
I promise you. Listen.
You see what this man just did? Yo, hold on. Let me read it. Charles Darwin and Alpha Wallace co-authored the theory of evolution by natural selection, publishing their ideas together in 1858. Wallace sent Darwin an essay. Okay, I know that part. Dealing with his theory, which confirmed Darwin's own unpublished work. Okay. Was this purporting the joint publication before Darwin released his comprehensive book on the origin of species. Though they reached the same conclusion independently, Darwin received more credit than the theory. Keep going. We need to keep reading that.
Okay, but hold on before we keep reading it.
No, they ain't published. No, what's the name of the book they published, yo? I'm asking you, what's the name of the book they published? No, what's the name of the book they published together?
It's not a book. They just published. What's
the name of it?
They wrote a paper together. I can pull it up for you.
Oh, they wrote it. No, we're talking about the theory. We talking about the scientific theory of evolution. You're saying that they published some work together. That's different than the theory of evolution. Come on, man. See, you playing that game.
Hold on. Why? Wait a minute.
Ephraim Wallace wasn't before Darwin, dog. He wasn't.
I didn't say he was.
Oh, well, Ephraim, my man in the chat did. He wasn't, bro. You gotta look it up. Real.
I said they were contemporaries, and I said that we got two fathers now. Like we got because you said that Darwin was the father.
Yeah.
So what I'm showing you is that Darwin was not the father. That's what I'm showing you. I'm showing you that he had a contemporary that at the bare minimum came up with the same idea on his own, right? And they came together, shared their material, and they put it together and came with the idea of natural selection. They put that together. So they was, two fathers on that one. So I'm just saying, so that's what I'm saying there. And so we disagreed. And so I just put in a little Google search, and that's what Google. Now you trying to you asking Google for a source right now. You
I'm not asking Google for a source right now.
But so now with Lamarck,
you got it wrong though, bro.
All right, I guess if you say, listen, if you saying
I just want to make this clear. You're saying that they published a paper together. That's not what we was talking about. You saying that they published the theory of evolution together, and I said no. And then I also said, right, that Charles Darwin came out with his theory of evolution in 1930, right? And he didn't want to publish his work because he was ashamed of his family and all that. But Wallace came out with this thing in 1950. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No,
Then
but
Darwin did read his work. Hold on, Darwin did read it, but they came up with this independently. Okay? So when Darwin read his work, he was like, "Yeah, okay, damn, okay." He said, so he wanted to so he made sure he published his work first. That's all.
But that's not the truth, though. Huh?
Okay, all right. Well, I'm saying it is.
I got you, and I ain't mad with you. I'm just saying.
How does that affect the source that we waiting for right
I'm
now?
just saying. Wait. But look, hold on. I'm just saying. Now we both have two separate ideas about it, but in this conversation, I'm the only one who has provided a source. I just Googled it, and the Google agrees with me.
No, on what? Hold on, keep reading it. Scroll up a little bit so we can see the rest. Darwin's book and Wallace.
Hold on, look. We started right here.
No, we read it already.
Right, and then I went and scrolled up to the next part.
All right, what does the next part say? Where you at?
I'm right here.
We got the Wallace letter. He sent, so we know that. We agreed on that.
Yeah, joint presentation. Darwin, surprised by the similarity of Wallace's ideas to his own, collaborated with Wallace on a joint presentation of their theories.
With an S. Keep going.
Right.
Keep going. Linnaean Society. Go ahead.
The Theory of Evolution by Natural Selection was read as a paper by the Linnaean Society of London on July 1st, 1858, and published later that year.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, but are you accepting the facts yet?
Did they publish the paper? That's a fact. Hold on. Don't get the paper mixed up with the book on the origin of the species. Which is the foundation of evolutionary biology. Don't get that confused. So like if me and Dr. May publish a paper together. Yes. Right? Because we have. And I come up with a theory. Some of the things we talk about in that paper that still does not go to her. So
Yo, Unc be trying to spin the narrative immediately. Like we're not on a video. Bro, you just said that Darwin published his work in 1830. Oh, my man said Darwin published his first in 1830, and then Wallace came along in the 1850s. Now he trying to spin it like, oh yeah, well, don't you get the paper and the book confused? No, what you mean me? I'm not getting any. Don't you get the paper and the book confused, buddy? And it don't work. Because the book didn't come out in the 1830s. Nothing came out in the 1830s. The paper didn't, and the book didn't. In fact, the book came out after the paper. So sometimes it's just Jesus take the wheel.
I gotta keep this clear. So keep going though.
All right, hold on. Let me just recap what's happening so far though, because it might be a little different than you putting it together.
Okay, let's see if you put it together right.
Okay, so Wallace and Darwin come up with these ideas
independently of each other.
Right?
Correct.
I'm not saying Darwin got any ideas from Wallace or Wallace got any ideas from Darwin just yet.
Mm-hmm.
They did their thing separately, whatever. They came up with what they came up with.
Mm-hmm.
Wallace heard about Darwin,
mm-hmm.
sent them the kite. So they, Darwin went through, his findings and all that and was like, yo, I'm on the same frequency.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Let's link up. And they put the paper together. They combined their theories.
Mm-hmm. I don't know about, no, don't say that right there. Just say they co-authored the paper. That's
what?
Yeah, that's different, man. I don't know what the paper. I have read the paper. We're gonna look at the paper.
Okay, so hold on. Let's just be realistic though. You could only either be in agreement with a person or you could be debating a person. They're not gonna put a paper together if they're not sharing material. What are they? Come on now. What are they doing, brother?
if you're right, we can write a paper, right? And I expound on some ideas, and that person expound on some ideas, and those ideas work together.
Correct. That's what they.
We had the exact same idea. It doesn't mean that.
But I'm not saying that. I'm saying that they came together with their material and formed the theory of evolution by natural selection. They came together and put that together. Darwin had a piece. Wallace had a piece. They came together with their information and put that together.
No, you messed that up.
Okay, so let me ask you a question.
Read up. No. We just read up. Come on, let's keep reading. I don't know why you're trying to hide that. I feel like you're trying to hide that.
I'm not trying to hide it. I just want to get some agreement before we keep adding more ideas to the
I want to know about the publication. Come on, EnQi, playing.
Oh, well, the publication.
Go ahead. Stop right here. Nah, keep quiet. No, read up.
Hold on. Let me see right here.
No, man, don't see you playing. Oh, wow.
Boy, you don't want me to find the material?
No, I want you to get you the paper right there. Stop. Darwin's book and Wallace's recognition. Darwin's origin. It said the joint publication was a precursor to Darwin's own detailed work on the origin of species, which he published the following year. Credit and influence. While both men developed the core concept of natural selection, Darwin has historically received more widespread recognition for his theory. Okay, Wallace's gratitude. However, consistently expressed gratitude for being acknowledged for his significant contribution alongside Darwin.
Now, here's the thing. How could he read that right there and still come away with something else? Right? Like, how could you read that and still come away with something else? Like, it literally says, while both men developed the core concept of natural selection. Let me read that again. While both men developed the core concept of natural selection. Yo, Unc is a piece of work. Even in the part right before this, let me see if I could go back. It says the theory of evolution by natural selection, right here, where it says the Linnaean Society. The theory of evolution by natural selection was read as a paper by the Linnaean Society, right? So it's one theory they put together. I'm trying to make it seem like somehow they had separate concepts splashed to, like, no, it was teamwork. It was teamwork put together. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. It's crazy.
Okay. Wallace's gratitude. However, consistently expressed gratitude for being acknowledged for his significant contribution alongside Darwin. All right. So right here, Darwin's origin. It say the joint publication was a precursor to Darwin's own detailed work.
So
meaning it was before Darwin's own. But remember, Darwin already wrote that already, bro. You do know that. He wrote that in 1930.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. I'm not. Check this out.
The origin of species. Listen, the origin of species.
Hold on, bro. Darwin wrote that work, okay, in 1930. He didn't publish it till 20 years later.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying.
Hold on. No. That's what I'm putting on tape right now. Okay. I'm telling you that Darwin wrote that before they published that daggone paper. That's what I'm saying. No, go ahead.
Okay.
So you heard me though, right?
Yes, you just said 1930.
Yeah, I said that.
But that's wrong. Okay, it wasn't 1930. Listen.
1830.
Okay, now listen.
So you saying that's wrong? 1830 is wrong. You know I meant 1830. You know damn well I ain't meant 1930.
But that's why I'm trying to stop you, because you're going crazy again.
No. 18. Hold on. Are you agreeing with 1830?
I'm agreeing. This is what I'm gonna say. If you let me say, I'm gonna say that Darwin began his research in the 1830s.
No, he wrote the book already.
He did not. The book dropped in 1859, a year later.
1830s, he wrote the book, bro.
Okay, listen.
listen, we on video, you saying your part, I'm saying my part. We can agree to disagree.
Yep. Yeah,
But listen, I'm going to also say that when we read what we see right here, where it says keep in mind that literally right here, he just finished reading that the joint publication was a precursor to Darwin's own detailed work on the origin of species, which he published the following year. Like literally, he just read where it says, yo, that's what I'm saying. Some of these clips is crazy because he said I couldn't read earlier. Like this is wild. Joint publication was a precursor.
Right.
It means that the material in the paper served as a foundation for the material in the book.
Nope. You made that up.
I didn't make that up. We're reading that right here.
No, we didn't read that. It just said meaning it came before. It set the stage.
No, that's not. That's
no,
not.
Man, he wrote,
that's not what the context.
Okay, this we're gonna do. Hold on. We'll just find out. Let me bring the source when Darwin actually wrote that. What's going on, Chilembe? You got on mute. Chilembe, where you at? Yeah, you got it on what's
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
I don't know. I don't have a good signal where I'm at.
All right, go ahead.
Something going on with it. I wanted to talk about that because there's other people that we're not including, but I still don't know what EnQi's point is. Is he saying that because pangenesis was debunked, I guess you could say, or just found to be wrong, that Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection was also rejected? Is that what he's trying to say?
No.
Then it didn't explain it to me because that's how I got it from that video I seen earlier today.
No.
Then it didn't explain it to me because that's how I got it from that video I seen earlier today.
I told you they was watching them clips. I told you they was watching them clips. Listen, I told you they was watching them clips now. Hold on. Did call me out for not being able to read the following. Yeah, roll the tape.
He can't comprehend what he.
Disclaimer: Bro Unc did call me out for not being able to read the following. Yeah, roll the tape.
He can't comprehend what he reads.
Go ahead, because your name is in the title. Go ahead,
So Ned, I need you to check your email.
Okay.
Pull something up. Because this is what EnQi does not understand. He does what they all do. Okay? We're just going to get this straight. Let's get this real straight here.
Man, I would love to keep this going, but I got to go get my babies.
Yeah, I know. Running. I know. Go get your babies.
I'm a father of five, and I take care of mine.
Pull up your email real quick. He got 2 seconds.
All right.
Ask that man, did the scientists know everything? No, they don't know everything.
The only thing with this is I don't know how to blow it up, so.
You don't got to blow it up. So can you read that to the people? First of all, we're going to ask EnQi. EnQi, do you know what a scientific theory is now? It's my turn to ask questions. It's my turn now. Do you know what a scientific theory is, EnQi? You look, yeah, you can look it up. I want you to. I ain't trying to get an aha moment.
No. I'm just like not answering, so you can go ahead and finish.
No. What is that? See, so this man didn't ask 1,000 questions. Now you ask him 2 questions.
Oh, you on the clock, brother? Just come on with your paper.
No, I want to know what is a scientific theory, bro. You can look it up. Go to Wikipedia.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Osanetta, read it and see if he agrees with it.
You gotta send it again. Send it again.
I cannot send it again. It's gonna knock me off the stream, y'all, bro.
Okay, hold on.
Nothing can do yet.
Wait, hold on. Oh, why can't you read it?
Because I can't read, nigga. That's why. Now, I can't read. So I can't read. So let's get that out the way. I cannot read. So that's why Sanetta's gonna read. Hypothesis. We're talking about scientific hypothesis, just like we were talking about scientific facts. A tentative statement about the natural world leading to deductions that can be tested. If the deductions are verified, the hypothesis is provisionally corroborated. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy, which requires you. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Listen, it was these clips. It was these clips that I believe, you know what I'm saying? I think it was these clips that like drove them to, you know what I'm saying, go to the, you know, do a 7-hour live stream.
Problem number one. The primary problem number one. Does not know who the father of evolution is. He and his students believe Darwin to be the father or sole inventor of evolution.
And then you try to separate Charles Darwin from evolution. I told you he's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. His theory is the quote unquote foundation of evolutionary biology, which unifies everything in nature. So I'm just trying to tell how is a man's theory not a theory that actually unifies biology? It's crazy.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up. Charles Darwin.
You are not.
Okay, so first things first, we had to work on this family tree thing first before we get to that.
No. Why we got to work on that?
Because it's a part of the answer.
Okay, do you know who Buffoon is?
I do, but hold on. And it's not Buffoon. That's crazy. It's Buffon. And so clearly you don't know who it is. But hold on. The more important thing is that Unc don't know who that is. That's the most. See, see what I'm telling you? They saw the clips. They saw the clips. And you can't really like micromanage it, because even if you mispronounce the name, you're not gonna think the name is Buffoon, right? Because the guy's name, so here's a trick to it. The guy's name is not Comte de Buffon, right? That's kind of his name, but that's not his name. His name is something Leclerc, right? So his name is French. So if you know his actual name as opposed to his title, Comte de Buffon, right, you would know that you're supposed to pronounce it a French way. So even if we mess it up, we still supposed to mess it up like with a French pronunciation, not Buffoon. His name is not Buffoon. So that's how I know off the rip, he's reaching, trying to make it seem like he knows something he don't know. You know what I'm saying? And I know Unc don't know nothing about this guy, because this guy, when you look up in encyclopedias, he's actually called the father of evolution. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I put in one of those clips this morning. So that's how I know they saw the clips. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's only a few views on it, it's in multiple places. I put it on my YouTube page, my Instagram page, my Twitter page. So I don't know where they saw it, but I know they saw it and went crazy enough to do a whole 7 hours. He might as well have said baboon. Buffoon is just as good.
But I still don't know what EnQi's point is. Is he saying that because pangenesis was debunked, I guess you could say, or just found to be wrong, that Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection was also rejected? Is that what he's trying to say?
No.
Then what? It didn't explain it to me, because that's how I got it from that video I seen earlier today. Then what? It didn't explain it to me, because that's how I got it from that video I seen earlier today.
Okay, so first things first, we had to work on this family tree thing first before we get to that.
No. Why we got to work on that?
Because it's a part of the answer.
Okay, do you know who Buffoon is?
I do, but hold on. And it's not buffoon. That's crazy. It's Buffon. And so clearly you don't know who it is. But hold on. The more important thing is that Unc don't know who that is. That's the most important thing. Yo.
Why is that so?
Yo. Yo, this whole time, I swear, I did not notice Unc's face. We got to rewind that. Look at Unc's face. Unc is under pressure trying to look this information up as I'm talking about it. Look at this. Look at Unc over there doing his, man, look at Unc's face. Unc is doing his homework. Like, not even homework. I should say homework you do at home by yourself. He's doing his classwork. The teacher is in session first before we get to that.
No. Why we got to work on that?
Because it's a part of the answer.
Okay, do you know who Buffoon is?
I do, but hold on. And it's not buffoon. That's crazy. It's Buffon. And so clearly you don't know who it is. But hold on. The more important thing is that Unc don't know who that is. Yo, Unc is even, his lips is moving while he's trying to read silently. That's crazy work right there. Hold on. The more important thing is that Unc don't know who that is. That's the most important thing.
Why is that so? Wait a minute.
Why is that important?
Why is that important?
You said
why is all that? Hold on. Why is that all important when you still refuse to bring the source, yo? So I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're not moving forward until you bring that source. Since that's the game you want to play. Play that.
Oh, be cool, man. Be cool.
I can be cool because now you're taking advantage of my being cool. Now you're being disingenuous.
Oh,
Nope. This is what we're gonna do. Before I move forward in anything you say, before you're allowed to ask any more questions in this game we playing right now, a source is required to move forward on anything you're doing. So the source I want is, where is the source that says that pangenesis debunked Charles Darwin evolution? I don't give a damn about Wallace. I don't give a hell about Lamarck. I don't give a hell about the crazy conversation back and forth. Where's the source at, bro? If you don't have that source, you gotta stay right there and listen. Where's the source at, bro? Because now you're using the tactic. You don't know this, you don't know that. So now I'm gonna double down on you. Where's that source at, bro? Not the source that says that pangenesis has been debunked. We know that. But where the source at that says that pangenesis has debunked Charles Darwin's evolution? Let's do that. Let's not play this game. Care about before Al-Jahid. I don't care about none of them dudes that predate Charles Darwin evolution. I don't care about none of that. Where the source at, ain't? Come on, bro. If you don't got it, say I don't got it right now. Tap out.
You told me I could just stay here and listen.
So you tapping out, right?
Absolutely not.
So what is source?
I gotta be able to present it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so let's finish talking about.
Nah, hell no, man. Nah, man, come on, bro.
Yo, why you? Oh, you learning a lot during this
I'm
conversation.
not learning a lot about nothing. You mischaracterizing everything. I ain't learned it the way you learned it. I never learned. Hold on, I never learned that Wallace published the theory of evolution with Darwin, because that's not true. That didn't happen. I never learned that Wallace came up with the information before Darwin. That's not true. I never heard of none of these things. You're making it up, bro. And you know it. Come on,
reading it. We're reading it together.
No, we didn't read that. I didn't comprehend that. No, what I read was that they published a paper, right? And you should show that paper. You should click that link and show that paper. But you know what? You can't click the link and show the paper because.
Now, do y'all remember what happened when I tried to click the link? Because I tried to actually go from, you know, to like the Google search where it has the little points. And I tried to click the link and he said, no. Scroll it down. I said, but I'm trying to click the link for you. No. Scroll it down. You cannot win with these guys. I'm telling you, you cannot win. If you click the link, they say you hid something by not scrolling down. If you scroll down, they say you hid the link. It's crazy.
Because you got to have a source that will allow you to move forward to be able to click that link. Where is the source where Pangenesis debunked Charles Darwin evolution? Where's the source that says his own attempt at pangenesis debunked his own theory of evolution? Where's it at, bro?
Let me ask you.
Nope. Can't ask me no question. Remember, that's the rules of the game.
That's not the rules of the game.
It is. That's the rules I'm playing. Well, why would I let you run roughshod, ask everybody many questions when you say anything and allowed to move forward by saying anything and not verifying what you're saying? I'm verifying everything I'm saying.
Verified. We just read it together.
You didn't verify that. You misread that. You miscomprehend like most people do. You don't really understand a Wallace, nor Charles Darwin, nor Lamech. You don't. That's like me saying Al Jaheed. What the hell Al Jaheed got to do anything? He talked about evolution before Charles Darwin too. Come on, bro.
Let's pull it back up then and see.
No. I need the source, bro.
I'm showing you right here. Let's pull it back up and read it together.
You're showing me. You're not showing me that source. Where's the source at, bro?
I'm saying we're going to read it together.
No, we're not.
Let's go back to the material. You said Charles Darwin was the father. Now I feel like you're getting angry because
I'm not mad. Hey, I'm not getting angry. Matter of fact, I'm gonna change my glasses that may make me appear to look angry. I'm not. My blue. Let me put on my my white as snow glasses.
Yeah. Wait. So look, I feel like
now come on, now you playing, yo.
But listen, here's what I'm saying. All right, look, listen to what I'm saying for a second.
No,
you said Charles Darwin is the father, right?
I don't want to talk.
Wait. How could Charles Darwin be the father if Charles Darwin is not the originator? There is a line of people that came before him. Whoever this guy is that you bring up on the platform, he knows that. He knows I don't know if he just Googled it or he been knew it, but he knows what I'm talking about. So I'm just showing you to expand your horizon around the subject that Darwin is not the father of.
Hey,
yeah, what's up, man?
I'm going to drop down and go get my laptop so I can pull up what's going on here. I'm tired of the nonsense. I'll be back.
He's scamming. We know he's definitely scamming.
Wait. If he asked me that, okay, so look, let me say this. I get it. These people are loyal to you, and I love to see. Listen, wait, let me just say this. I love to see the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? But he asked me, do I know who's Buffoon? Now, that tells me that he probably just looked it up recently because it's not Buffoon. The guy's name is Buffon, right? It's Comte de Buffon. And his actual name is Leclerc. You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying the guy he precedes. So you got Darwin and Wallace. Then before Darwin and Wallace, you have Lamarck. Before Lamarck, you have Darwin's grandfather. And then in that time period, or maybe before, you have Comte de Buffon. So I'm saying that when you say Darwin is the father of
Al-Jahid, and then no, what you mean in the Muslim world? Al-Jahid, what you mean? Nah. You just did the same thing to me, so you don't know about Al-Jahid?
I do, but them dudes is on a different line of thinking. So
it's not. Hold on, bro. They talk about evolution.
Okay. All right.
They do. I'm just saying, yo. Like, come on, bro.
I agree that they do talk about the passing of information from parent to offspring, but I'm saying in a very specific way where they had this thing called I think it was called the IAC or the LAC or whatever the case may be, acquired characteristics, something to that effect. And they have a specific line of thought that was continuous that they kept working on and building. So like I was saying the other day, there's a bunch of scientists that was trying to figure out evolution just in a broad sense. But I'm saying in a very specific sense, you have Darwin and Wallace. Then before them, you have Lamarck. Before them, you have Darwin's grandfather. Before them, you have Comte de Buffon. So when you say Darwin is the father, I'm saying that you just haven't read all the material.
And I'm saying that you ain't read all the material, because if you had, you'd have been all right.
Okay.
You wouldn't afford that.
That's fair enough. All right, so let's just look real quick, just as I know some people probably getting curious. So let's just take a look at this real quick. This is what I was talking about. I forgot the name of it, but this is what I was talking about. The IAC. The IAC is the particular line of research that Darwin got. This is the line of research that Darwin got, right? This is the line of research that goes back. So like I'm trying to explain to him, there's a bunch of scientists that was trying to figure out how information goes parent to offspring and how it changes in future generations. But all of the scientists had their own thing going on. Them Muslim scholars, they was into evolution, but they was mixing in Allah into their, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying anything is wrong with bringing Allah into your, into your philosophy of, evolution, or like how, parent to child or whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, because I know I'm team God all day, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying this group, with this line of information and study is a specific group, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it comes from, Comte de Buffon on down. Let me show y'all this real quick. All right, and so this is the other piece that I was trying to get to understand. Right? When he's saying Darwin is the father of evolution, I'm saying I know he hasn't really went through the material, because that's already somebody else's information. That's already somebody's title. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, a lot of the information, the research, the title was passed down, because Charles Darwin's grandfather is one of them dudes that was, let me see if I can pull him up. Let's pull him up. I don't even know how to spell his name. Erasmus. There we go. Boop. Erasmus Darwin. There we go. Now let's see what it's saying. Okay, now look at this. Erasmus Darwin proposed an early theory of evolution in works like Zoonomia in 1794, right? This is 100 years before Darwin. This 100 years before Darwin.
So that's what I'm trying to explain to him. I'm just trying to get him and his followers to understand, like, bro, you can't even get the full picture of the theory of evolution if you don't understand that the theory of evolution is not Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Like, that's the main thing I'm trying to communicate and get across. There's a huge theory of evolution that multiple scientists over multiple generations worked on, literally. And everybody was getting it wrong. You understand what I'm saying? But that's the reason why, you know, you write material. That's why you write papers. That's why you write books. So that even after you do your best, which means you spend your life on it, the next generation will come, they'll grab your stuff and they'll figure out what you did, you know, like how I be looking at Sabi stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, Sabi, you was bugging. You know, spelt is a hybrid. You know what I'm saying? So what is either no hybrids or hybrids. Watermelon is a hybrid. Spelt is a hybrid. It's all kind of food that's on the Sabi list that's a hybrid. Sabi, you was bugging. But here's all of the areas where you was a genius at, Dr. Sabi. So yeah, we're going to get rid of these foolishness here, and we're going to carry this on into the future, and we're going to keep on adding on to it. You know what I'm saying? And then people is going to read my book in the future and go, EnQi, you was wilding here, here, and here. You know, we're going to add, but you was a genius in this space. So we're going to add, you know, take this into the future. You know what I'm saying? But that's how it goes. But I'm like one of my biggest fans. You know what I'm saying? You have to be in order to make it from where I came from, right? But I would never say that I'm the father of holistic health. Like, that'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's like that. You know what I'm saying? And then somebody come along and be like, yo, how could EnQi be the father of holistic health? And you got Dr. Sabi. Or maybe they don't know Sabi. Maybe they'd be like, yo, you got Dr. Africa. You know what I'm saying? Or you got, you know, who Queen Afua, maybe, you know, maybe one of the sisters influenced them from back in the days or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can I just, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying. And you can't understand the whole entire history of the field if you only focused on one person, and that one person is standing on the shoulders of multiple other people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to get them to understand before we even get to what he keep asking. Give me a source that shows how the theory was debunked. First thing, you got to understand what the theory is, because it's not the theory of evolution and Charles Darwin's theory of evolution is two different things. The theory of evolution is a composite that was put together by many scientists, many pieces of papers, books, works, studies over the better part of 200 years, right? Over the better part of 200 years, and all of them were wrong. None of them got it right. You know what I'm saying? But they added just enough information to carry forward to the next group, to the next group, to the next group. You see what I'm saying? Hopefully it makes sense.
I just actually want to tell you, and I said this over and over again.
That's fair enough.
No, listen, I'm saying for a person to be a father in the field, it's actually counterintuitive again. Basically, what I'm saying is science have a whole different language unto itself. So a father in the field is not like a father in biology, in your human state, where you say, well, I'm the father of the son. I'm the father of that child, right? That means you are the first, you're the father, right? It implies that, but in science, it doesn't mean that. In scientific fields, when you're stated to be the mother or the father, right? That simply means that you have put together information that prior to you, no one else even did that. That the ideas you came up with, like this, you just talked about Charles Darwin, you talked about Wallace, and you talked about Lemaitre, right? The difference is that Charles Darwin actually identified with scientific information, right? and detailed empirical data of natural selection. Now, what's the difference? Charles Darwin was the one that took that trip around the world. He circumnavigated the globe, bro. So that means he collected more data of more variations of things. It's right there. So I'm gonna ask you, did Wallace circumnavigate the globe?
Oh,
I asked the question.
Okay, well, let me just say this.
But now I see.
How you gonna ask me a question and then you don't want me to answer it my way? You gotta let me answer it.
Oh, go ahead. I'm not gonna take 5 minutes. You're either gonna answer the question and then give your whole super. You know what I'm saying? Or just answer the question. Come on, bro.
I'm gonna answer the question.
All right, go ahead.
Now, Darwin and Wallace was two different types of scientists.
And they went. Darwin wasn't a scientist, the naturalist.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
different.
Crazy. That's crazy work. You going crazy right now.
You know that man was a naturalist, yo.
Okay, so hold on. What's a natural?
Oh man, keep going with your thing. That's a step before that's the.
I told you it could always get crazier with Unc. Unc is entertaining. So now he's arguing that Charles Darwin is the father of evolutionary science and has the nerve to also argue to me at the same time that he's not a scientist. Yo, I just can't with Unc, bro. Unc is listen, we've been doing this since the early 2000s, since before there was a YouTube. Literally. Our first argument started on Blog Talk Radio, where he said all black folks came from monkeys. All black folks came from monkeys, and then white folks came from black folks. And when he said that, that's when me and him, and well, I'm not even going to say me and him, because at the time I was with Ali Muhammad. I'll never forget it like it was yesterday, because we was at Ali Muhammad house. It was me, Ali, and a few other of the guys. We was in Ali Muhammad house, and we was hot at the time. We was doing our tour thing, and they was hating. The Auburn Rod Squad, they was hating hard. I didn't even know who they was. You know what I'm saying? They just came out of nowhere hating hard. Like, and they was like, yeah, and they don't even know. Black folks come from, what was they saying? All black people come from bonobos or something crazy. Like, I was like, what? Let me get on this show. You know what I'm saying? This is back when Red Pill and Blue Pill had the Blog Talk. Who had Blog Talk channels? That was hot. Red Pill and Blue Pill. I think Sa had one. But Sa was off and on. You know, Sa never know how to follow the rules. So he always get canceled on platforms. But it was Red Pill and Blue Pill had the most consistent one. Abundance Child had one. Then it was Nikki Love, I think. Nikki Love, she had one. She was hot. Of course, Do the Knowledge Radio. Knowledge was hot. You know what I'm saying? Like, those was like the main Blog Talk radio stations everybody listened to. Like, every day of the week, it was a different joint to listen to. You know what I'm saying? After a while, I got one. You know what I'm saying? Had me a little Blog Talk. You know, so Blog Talk was the space. And over time of arguing, Unc modified, you know, his conversation to go from the monkeys, because they went from the chimpanzees, you know, having 99. That was the thing at first. Oh yeah, the chimpanzees, they got the same DNA as the humans, and blah 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 blah. So they went from that, then they went to bonobos, and then, you know, that didn't work. And so after a while, they start saying the common ancestor thing. Like, they refined it and hid behind science. You know what I'm saying? Where it was no longer their personal opinions and research. They just like, all right, we're going to go with science. And so if you go against us now, you got to basically take on academia. And so that's where our contention started. That's why when Jabari says, origin of species is not about races of like whites and blacks. It's about plants and animals and woo woo. I'm like, bro, you just don't know the conversation. The conversation started with the origin of black people from monkeys. Then Unc changed it over after the first couple of years to common ancestor with the great ape, and like his conversation has evolved. But my thing is, and from the beginning, he has always used as his bottom line, Charles Darwin theory of evolution. And so I'm like, it doesn't matter what you sit up on top of there, whether you agree with the common ancestor thing or you don't, or you're religious, intelligent, you can't sit a correct theory on top of a false one and then present that as you know what I'm saying? Like if your foundation of your science is incorrect, the whole thing is incorrect. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a matter of, do you agree that we have a common ancestor or woo woo woo? Like, I agree that this was a single cell planet. So I don't even think the common ancestor thing is a real conversation. It's a single cell planet. Single cell planet. So there's no real such as thing as a common ancestor. That's like a false, like I don't even know why that is a discussion. It's a single cell planet that developed into complex life as the single cells aggregated into complex forms of life. So if we just looking for common ancestor, us and any other creature on this planet has a common ancestor, especially if there's no time limit. Like if we go, oh yeah, 500 million years ago, we had a common ancestor with, like, what? That's just stupid. And that's where the white people and the black people part come in. The white people and the black people part comes in where those narratives come in, because those narratives came in with racism, right? And so we can look up, while we here, you know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go too far from the video, but just because we here and I remember it, because I'll forget it, you know what I'm saying? I'll forget this stuff. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad if this video is not on the internet no more. Okay, here we go. See, this is the type of stuff that these guys, I just don't know what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? But this is what happens when you forget your history. This is what happens when you forget your history. You know what I'm saying? But that's why I'm, the young elder. The young elder. You know what I'm saying? Because I got passed down the elderhood as the, my OGs passed away. You know what I'm saying? Once Dr. Africa was gone, Dr. Sabi was gone. It's just me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even necessarily ready for the torch. They just, I woke up one day, torch was right there beside my bed. Like Green Lantern, you just get the ring. But anyway, this is important history, right? This is important history, right? So if you have time to watch this whole full video, which we don't, right? I want y'all to be able to go find this video, right? This is a very important thing. And this is where, like, Frances Cress Welsing, she was like a superhero, because William Shockley, the guy you see right here, right? I think this is a smaller clip. Yeah, this is like a 26-minute version, right? William Shockley, the guy you see right there, William Shockley took Darwin's material and, a lot of, the contemporaries from that time period, and they put together their racist material. So I never said specifically, oh, Darwin owned slaves or Darwin did whatever. But the reality is Darwin's material was used as the manifesto. You know what I'm saying? Like, just is what it is, you know. And if you look up William Shockley, the history books don't show this. The history books don't show this. The history books will not show that Frances Cress Welsing, a black woman in the 70s, beat the brakes off of him. Beat the brakes off him. Listen, beat the brakes off of him in a debate. It was nasty work. I'm telling y'all, when you get a moment, like you wake up tomorrow or something, or you cleaning the house, you need to listen to that debate, because William Shockley is an important person in terms of technology, right? So in the technology space, you have Silicon Valley, which is not really Silicon Valley. It's actually Carbon Valley. But its origin was neither Silicon or Carbon Valley. The origin of Silicon Valley is microwave. It's either Microwave Valley or Radar Valley. Something like that. It's either Radar Valley or Microwave Valley, because Stanford and Harvard, and it was another school, they was working together to figure out how to fight the Germans. The Germans had radar. So the Germans was washing everybody because they had radar first. So they could like see the bombs coming and see plane. Like they had radar before anybody else. So they was going crazy. So the Allied forces, or whatever our team was, you know, they put their money together and got the biggest schools or whatever to participate to try to figure it out and break it down. And that's where they figured out the technology at. You know what I'm saying? So they figured out the radar microwave technology, and that's what that was. Later on, they changed the name. William Shockley holds a bunch of patents because he was a part of that space where they was developing microchips or semiconductors. You know what I'm saying? They was developing microchips or semiconductors. But anyway, the reason why I even got into the space is it was a pet peeve of mine. Like, you know, because you know me, everything, all roads lead to Kemet. So I'm looking up and seeing how Kemet had the semiconductor technology 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago. And here go homeboy with the patent, you know, but at the time, as he's doing the patents for technology that originated in Kemet, he's putting out books saying that black folks is retarded, called the Bell Curve books. And in his Bell Curve books, he's literally quoting this Darwin stuff, saying the same thing that Enql be saying, literally word for word. Well, he's changed it over the years, but that's where it started, that, you know, you got the monkeys, and then from the monkeys comes the black folks. And then from the black folks comes the white folks. And this is why white folks are much more intelligent than black folks, because black folks are much more closer to the monkeys. And I'm like, yo, what you teaching is dangerous, brother. You got to relax. Frances Cress Welsing did her thing to, put us ahead of that. You setting us back to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, so anyway, just so y'all can have a more wider understanding of how this thing with me and Unc started from back in the days. You know what I'm saying? But William Shockley put out a book. Matter of fact, let's check out some of this thing here. But he put out some books, and I think it was called The Bell Curve, Volume 1 and Volume 2. And it was basically black folks are closer to monkeys. And so that was the whole thing with he was down with all of them people, like the Margaret Sanger programs and eugenics and all that centered around this research that we arguing about. So it's not just like, why are we talking about Darwin? Like, because there's a lot of ramifications to this concept. And then when you talk about how schooling developed, right? So you might be complaining about schooling in your community versus schooling in other communities. There's a reason. because the Republicans kind of, I ain't gonna say they was on the Francis Cress Welsing tip, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't like Black Panthers, you know what I'm saying? But the Republicans has historically been the Northern, the Northerners, you know what I'm saying? And the Northerners primarily push education forward for everybody. The Democrats, primarily the Southerners, education not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Education for us, them people need to work. You know what I'm saying? And again, they had scientific validation. Whether the science was correct or not, that's a whole nother story, but they felt justified because they had science. So even like Sonetta just had a guy on his page, and I was mad. Well, not mad, but I really wanted to get onto the guy, onto the show to talk to the guy. His name is Sean Towers. He did a show, and basically he's saying he's blaming the Bible for slavery. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't even really remember. Like that's not what they used to put Black folks in slavery. What they used to put what they used to justify Black people in chattel slavery was science, not the Bible. They use science. They use science to justify Margaret Sanger and Planned Parenthood. Like they use science. It wasn't the Bible. The Bible was helping folks to figure out and teach and learn how to read and get, develop a little underground power, try to figure some stuff out. You know what I'm saying? They use science. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. So let's just check out some of this real quick so you can see what I'm saying. Here's a little excerpt. I think this right here, can y'all see what I'm saying? My bad. I think this right here is the full debate. Yeah, this is the full debate, but I think this is like a short version. We could just check out a few.
Implications of what he is doing are no different than the propaganda campaign that Hitler and his Nazi unit carried on in Germany that ended up eliminating 6 million Jewish people. Now, what is most interesting is that Hitler said the very same thing. He said, number one, that the Jews were genetically inferior to the Aryans.
If one believes that the German people would have tolerated the concentration camps and the gas chambers, if news media, like the programs that Mr. Brown is setting on, if those people were willing to bring discordant views out into the open, I don't believe the concentration camps and the gas chambers could have continued to exist in Germany.
Back in the 70s, a man named Dr. William Shockley, a noted scientist, embarked upon the mission of proving to the world that Black people are genetically inferior, without, I might add, the benefit of any formal background in genetics. He became front-page news and won headlines with his controversial views. On campus after campus, unrest followed his every visit. My position then and now is that if a supremacist cannot be rationally debated, perhaps he has a point. After the debate you're now going to see, Dr. Shockley went back into oblivion. I don't claim that the 1973 interview did it alone, but I am of the opinion that it helped. I'm Tony Brown. In a moment, racial superiority with Dr. William Shockley. We have two very prominent educators, scholars on Black Journal tonight, and we feel that it is important to defend the First Amendment rights of all Americans. Dr. William Shockley, one of our guests, has had quite a difficult time speaking at some universities, and particularly some Black college students do not agree with his theories. On Black Journal, we feel that Dr. Shockley's rights in the First Amendment area are parallel to Black people's rights. That is, that Dr. Shockley must have a platform for his views if Black people are to have a platform for their views. Dr. Frances Welsing, on the other side, has difficulty in expressing her views on legitimate mass media outlets because many whites do not agree with her theory of genetics. Now let's find out what the controversy is about. Dr. Shockley, please give us the benefit, basically, of what your theory is.
My principal point, Mr. Brown, is not so much a theory of black-white differences, but is summed up in one word, which is the theme of my appearance on your program and my efforts, and the word is dysgenics. And dysgenics means effectively downbreeding, retrogressive evolution. And I fear that this is worst for the black community, and I particularly welcome an opportunity to appear on Black Journal just for these reasons. And let me say also that when I first met Dr. Welsing, it was not black students who were disrupting, but white students. And Dr. Welsing made a very sincere and I thought extremely effective effort, a well-planned effort. It was not effective with these white students at Staten Island Community College, so I would have a chance to speak. In fact, I think they prevented her from saying what she wanted to say when she was trying to gain me a platform. So my main theme is that we have problems that we should face and we should look at connected with dysgenics. And I welcome any opportunity I have to bring this out so that people can look at it and worry about it.
Dr. Shockley, you are accused of having a theory that is a white racist theory. How do you respond to that?
Well, I respond to that by saying that I've considered whether or not I am a racist. Racist is an epithet that used to damage my self-esteem, but it doesn't anymore. I feel it's untrue. If you look in the dictionary as to what racist means, it means emotional feelings, irrational feelings associated with fear and hate. If I really had those, I don't think I would be here this evening. I feel that what I'm engaged in is a demand for diagnosis, and I'd like to say some more about this chart, which we'll come to probably later, which shows the disproportionate rates of reproduction for the least effective elements of the black community. I'd like to say more about that than we should in just this brief introduction. But I think there is another word that better describes what I'm involved in, and that word is raceology, which means a scientific analysis of racial differences. And I basically have a faith that reason is a good thing, and I feel mine. And let me say, here are, just to show that these things exist, is a pamphlet that she was good enough to give me some time ago.
This one's upside down.
Well, that one's upside down.
Yeah,
thank you.
Right.
And this is one of my own. It's actually a collection of a debate.
The imperatives of ethnic education is yours.
This is the issue of the journal. Mine was...
All right. So anyway, y'all can catch up more on that. You know what I'm saying? But that's where me and Unk's argument had started. Right. And so this is kind of like if you Google search William Shockley, this is what I just got. Right. Dysgenic effect. Shockley suggested that the United States was experiencing retrogressive evolution. Interesting. Retrogressive evolution, or dysgenesis, a decline in intelligence over generations. He claimed this was caused by people with lower IQs having more children than those with higher IQs. Race and intelligence. Shockley controversially claimed that on average, black people had lower IQ scores than white folks, asserting this was due to genetics rather than social environmental factors. His racist views drew heavy criticism, blah, blah, blah. Sterilization proposal. To combat the supposed dysgenic effects, Shockley proposed a voluntarily sterilization bonus plan. All right, so you get it, right? Shockley didn't write the bell curve book, but his information was the foundation of it, all right? So there's that, right? So that's the whole misconception with Jabari jumping in to the conversation that been going on for 15 years already and not really knowing the origin of the conversation. The conversation started with animals, the monkeys, and then from the monkeys, we went through this whole concept of how we get to, social Darwinism, and not even social Darwinism, because that's, 1800s going into the 1900s. I was more on William Shockley, the bell curve, because this is stuff that the bell curve came out in like the 80s or the 90s. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is recent material that plays a role because you have people that still fight to try to get these ideas through into the school system. You know what I'm saying? So it's not just enough to be like,
you know, you got white folks. It's like, well, I got black friends. I ain't racist. You know what I'm saying? You got black folks. It's like, I got white friends. I ain't racist. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily that. It's something like you got to constantly look out for. It's like a reoccurring infection. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get a reoccurring infection, you can't just be like, well, I'm good right now. You have to make sure that you stay on top of whatever, your herbs, your exercise, your diet, like whatever, so it doesn't come back. You know what I'm saying? Because it's lurking. You know what I'm saying? So that's where this whole conversation started.
And then they move forward, right? Out of philosophy, right? Comes science. So you got philosophy.
It's crazy work. Now, okay. So anyway, let me remind you where we at in the video. Yeah, there we go. All right. So Unc is now, after arguing with me all this time about Darwin. Now Unc is trying to argue with me and say that Darwin is not a scientist. Darwin and Wallace was two different types of scientists.
And Darwin wasn't a scientist. The naturalist.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
different.
Crazy. That's crazy work. You going crazy right now.
You know that man was a naturalist, yo.
Okay, so hold on. What's a naturalist?
Oh man, keep going with your thing. That's a step before because that's how I go. That's how I go. You go from being a philosopher, and then they move forward, right? Out of philosophy, right? Comes science. So you got philosophers, then you get naturalists, and then you get scientists, yo. It's the stages. Everything is in stages. The more you get, the more information, the steps you get to now, you know what I'm saying? We say you're a scientist, but you know what I'm saying? But Charles Darwin, they wasn't that yet. They just wasn't. That's not what they called him. They called him a naturalist.
They definitely called him a naturalist. That part that you just said about the stages, and you just go from one, you just made that up. You made that up. You made that up.
I didn't make that up, bro.
You made that up.
I didn't actually make that up.
You know what? If I was over there, right now, I'd give you a hug. You know you made that up.
I didn't make that up, yo.
You freestyled that.
I didn't.
There's no. All right. So you know what? Provide us with a source.
Hold on.
Provide us with a source that shows that there's a stages that you go through.
No. I'm not saying. Wait. I'm not saying. Let me make sure you got this right. I'm not saying in modern times a person goes from a philosopher to a natural. I'm not saying that. I'm saying in the history of science, these are the different stages that will get us to the point where we're literally calling people a scientist. That's what I'm saying, bro. So,
naturalist is a type of scientist.
Oh, come on, man.
A naturalist is a type of scientist. I'm trying to explain it to you.
Come on, bro. Go ahead, Chilembe. You just saying any damn thing. Let me get this next.
Right, so this is from the presentation we did like 2 weeks ago. So this is one of the slides. So you see the three components. They all within the same generation, you can say. Darwin always quotes Buffoon, or however he pronounced.
Right here, we getting ready to wrap this up. This is where we're ending, because this right here is nasty work. Like, this guy, I don't know who this is. This one of Unc's students, and like, they got some blind loyalty for Unc, because he just crashed all the way out. Like, as a scholar, he just crashed all the way out, because they got this thing over there where they really trying to make it seem like Darwin is the father of evolution. So since I walk them through the field of evolution and go, okay, well, first of all, Darwin co-published with Wallace. So the theory of natural selection doesn't belong to Darwin. Let's just stop that right there. That's a co-published move. Then before Darwin and Wallace, you have a bunch of scientists, but most notably Lamarck, Erasmus Darwin, and then Comte de Buffon, which is considered the father of evolution. This dude here said earlier in the video, I don't know if y'all remember because we got new people watching. Listen, if you just tuned in and you interested in the video, you got to go back and watch the beginning of the video. But homeboy said he going to get his laptop and he coming back to like straighten EnQi out. Like, yeah, I'm about to get my laptop and straighten EnQi out. So he goes to get his laptop and he comes back with this slide right here. Now listen, this is why you gotta listen to these guys, because they will say something and like they'll say a lot of things, but they'll bury one or two things that's absolutely like totally unfactual. Like they will just make up like some crazy, and then on top of that, they will layer some sensible things, some reasonable things, and some factual things. So they'll have some factual at the apex of the pyramid, some reasonable in the middle. They'll have some logical at the base, but the cornerstones will be absolutely gobbledygook, like totally just made up. Let me show you the example right here. We're just going to rewind this a little bit and listen to what this was. I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I can't stay on here with y'all no more. Listen to this.
2 weeks ago. So this is one of the slides. So you see the three components, they all within the same generation. You get the three components, they all within the same generation, you can say.
Now I need you to make sure you heard that. He said you see the three components. I don't know why he's saying components like these not people. But anyways, to see the three components, they're all within the same generation. I'm going to rewind that again, because later on he says something. Oh, no, I didn't say that. I said nasty work right here. I'm telling you, one of my favorite movies, Ray. When his mother said, scratch a lie, find a thief. Woo! That was such a bar.
Like 2 weeks ago. So this is one of the slides. So you see the three components, they all within the same generation, you can say. They all within the same generation, you can say. Components, they all within the same generation, you can say. Darwin always quotes buffoon, or however he pronounced the French word, whatever. Doesn't matter to me if I pronounce it right or wrong. And you can see the differences in their thing. Now, it's a shortcut. They science tends to say the father of modern biology is Darwin, theory of evolution, et cetera, as a shortcut without giving out all the details and mimics that ride up to it. So that's why I get puzzled when EnQi presented his case about pangenesis, because it wasn't just Darwin's. So I need him to explain what is he saying about pangenesis. I haven't gotten past that yet. And the theory of evolution by natural selection. Now you'll find a lot of people prior to him have bits and pieces of it, not a full, complete working model. You'll find that. And some of them interjected spirits, gods. But one thing he's known for is variation within species. So let's talk about it.
All right, so let me just say this. You bring this up, and I've been doing this a long time, so I could kind of, listen to tonality, and you have a tonality of like triumph. And so when you started off, you brung up your slide, and you started off with, was that a did you misspeak, or did you just lie outright to the people?
What do you mean?
Because you said that they were contemporaries from the same time period.
Within the same generation, yeah.
Okay, but are you not able to read your own slide? Yo, and then he doubled down on it. Like, so when he first brought the slide up, he said, yeah, they from the same generation.
And then I stopped him right now. I'm like, yo, you just said they contemporaries, you know, and he's like, yeah, you know, from the same generation. Bruh, like this is nasty work right here, bro. This is worse. This worse than finding. I ain't even gonna make a reference to that. Because that's crazy. I'm just so glad I don't even let my children listen to all types of music. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't listen to Little Nas X, and they definitely ain't never heard no songs of this kid, David. You know what I'm saying? But this right here is nasty work right here. Was that a miss? Did you misspeak or did you just lie outright to the people?
What do you mean?
Because you said that they were contemporaries from the same time period.
Within the same generation, yeah.
Okay, but are you not able to read your own slide?
Yeah, I can read my slide.
Okay, pull your slide back up, because this is crazy right here. Now, this is nasty work right here, Unc, and I don't know this guy. This is one of your men.
That's my man.
This is whose mans is this? Listen, this is one of them whose mans is this videos.
That's my
Put
man.
that slide back up there on the screen.
That's my man.
Whose mans is this? Put that slide back up there. Yo, that's nasty work right there. Why he not putting that slide back up there?
Hold on, because I ain't put it up there. Let me see. Here you go.
Go ahead and put that slide back up there. Okay. Now, if we look at the top and we see Comte de Buffon was born in 1707. Darwin was born in 1809. That is more than 100 years difference. How, on what universe are they contemporaries or in the same time period? That's 100 years
generations. Or within generations. You didn't hear me say that?
That's not the same generation.
I said within generations.
Yo, you wow for that. That's not the same. That's 100. That's over a century difference.
And
do these guys not know that we doing videos? Like, bro, we on video. How you gonna say I said generations? No, you didn't. You said generation when you put it up there. And then when I asked you, did you lie or misspeak? He doubled down on it. I said, yo, did you lie or misspeak? Because you just said those are contemporaries. He said, yeah, in the same generation. And now, once he's busted, no, I said generations. No, you didn't, sir. No, you didn't. You might as well stop. You might as well save the air in the tires, buddy. Yo, this is nasty. How, on what universe are they contemporaries or in the same time period? That's 100 years
generations. Or within generations. You didn't hear me say that?
That's not the same generation.
I said within generations.
Yo, you wow for that. That's not the same. That's 100. That's over a century difference.
And
yo, you wow for that.
So
Listen,
like I was saying,
I get it. Listen, I get it. Y'all are blindly loyal to Unc, and y'all trying to hold it down.
No, we're not going to do that.
Yeah, we ain't.
Listen, this is what I'm saying. So you haven't presented anything new. So now I'm asking you, what are you saying about Genesis?
Wait, bro, you just lied and said these people was in the same generation. It's on video.
Within generations. You know what I mean? So
they're not in the same anything. Listen, they're not in the same anything. 100 years, that man is old enough to be his grandfather. What are you talking about?
Hold on, what's your point though? What are you trying to say?
My point is that's beyond disingenuous. Why would he come up here with a slide and try to make it seem like this guy in Darwin was somehow in the same time period or contemporaries?
Do you die the day you born?
Bro, that's more than 100 years different.
I'm asking you a simple question. Do you die the day you're born?
That's more than. Yo, what's crazy is the quicksand effect. He said generation,
Then I gave him an opportunity to get out of it. He said generation again, double down. Like, yeah, they contemporaries in the same generation. Then when he got busted, he said generations. Now he's still fighting. He's still fighting. I gotta tase him with the information. You know when the drunk alcoholic, like they got you in the handcuffs and they gotta tase you. I gotta tase you. You know what I'm saying? Yo, he gotta get tased or something. Listen, this is wild. So now he done turned to something else now. Now he trying to say, do you die the day you're born? Right? And so Unc is cracking up. yeah, get him. That still don't work. Because basically, watch he say a whole nother lie. This is a whole nother flat out lie. He's gonna say that. And then Unc is gonna go right along with it. And I'm saying to myself, this is the crazy stuff to me. This is what's kind of scary and spooky. This is his slide. Keep this in mind. This is his slide. And this is Unc's man. And they said they did a presentation on this weeks ago. How you did a presentation on this weeks ago, and you clearly haven't even read your own slide. You clearly haven't even read your own slide. What actually happened? See, because I've been doing this a long time. What actually happened is when he said he was going to get his laptop, dude, it's evening time already. It's evening time already. And your thing presented the same way, meaning your screen, when you come on the StreamYard with your phone, it looks totally different than your laptop. He went off and said he's going to get his laptop as if he was on his phone. What he actually went to do is put this bogus slide together. That's what he tried. He went to go flip and put a little slide together real quick. It's nasty work. Either way you look at it. If he put it together real quick, nasty work. And if he put it together weeks before, like he said, and hadn't read it, bruh. Listen to this third lie. Listen to this third lie he says. Listen to this. This is crazy. 100 years.
No, it's not. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not. I don't know if maybe you a simple question.
Bro, that's more than 100 years different.
I'm asking you a simple question. Do you
seem like this guy and Darwin was somehow in the same time period or contemporaries?
Do you die the day you born?
Bro, that's more than 100 years different.
I'm asking you a simple question. Do you die the day you're born?
That's more than 100 years.
No, it's not. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not. I don't know if maybe you're trying to play a game.
1707 to 1809 is more than 100 years different.
EnQi, when did he die?
Yo, this is wow.
Man, this nigga died. Man, come on, yo. He died after Charles Darwin died, though, bro. EnQi, you know the man died after Charles Darwin died, though, right? If Charles Darwin died.
Now, listen, I get it. See, they don't understand when I say I'm from 158th Street in the Bronx. I get it. I understand the rigmarole. I understand the fake out. I understand like when you got somebody from the neighborhood that you kind of know, but then this is your right-hand man right here, and somehow they get into a fight. So now you gotta you can't jump him because you kind of know him, you know what I'm saying? Like, or your moms might know his mom, like you kind of know him, you know what I'm saying? So you can't really jump him, but you hit him with the fake out. You know what I'm saying? Like you pretend like you breaking it up and you start grabbing his arms and all that. Like, yo, chill. But really what you're doing is grabbing your arm so your man can get a few free shots, you know what I'm saying? Before you really stop it. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to let your man get a few. Listen, I'm from 158th Street in the Bronx. I know. Come on now. Listen. So Unc literally grabbed the parachute from the plane. The plane is on fire. Unc grabbed the parachute, didn't realize his parachute was smoking. Jumps out the airplane, hits the parachute, There's no parachute in the parachute. Unc is just falling to his death. This is crazy, nasty work. This is treason level scholarship right here. So let's recap before I hit the play again. In order to try to prove that Darwin is the father of evolution, this dude comes on here with this slide and tries to prove that Darwin and Comte de Buffon, the guy that they actually say in, like encyclopedias or whatever, is the father of evolution. He tries to say that they're contemporaries in the same generation. So when I go, no, they're not. Leclerc, which is Comte de Buffon, Leclerc was born in 1707. Darwin was born in 1809. That's more than 100 years difference. You sound crazy. There's no stretch of the imagination that says they're in the same generation or contemporaries. So then he tries to be a smart aleck and come back with another lie and goes, well, do you die the day you born? And so I guess that's a signal. I don't know what that is. They that's the okie doke maybe. So Unc chimes in, like, yeah, EnQi, you know that he died after Darwin did, right? What? What? Are you saying this man died at 200 years old? Yo, I just don't understand how they get like what other people are listening to when they like. I swear, I feel like I live in a world where, you know what I'm saying? The Will Smith, the Will Smith nebulizer. Like I be feeling like we getting hit with the Will Smith nebulizer from Men in Black, where we get like forgetful or something. Because I just don't understand how this type of stuff can float. It just sounds so crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and just be in the real time, just catching them, busting them. Like, yo, you busted. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my children, like, bro, you ain't take the garbage out. It's garbage day. Or yo, you ain't walk the dog. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just busted. Like, what are you doing, bro? This looks crazy. This looks crazy.
Get that point though. What are you trying to say?
My point is that's beyond disingenuous. Why would he come up here with a slide and try to make it seem like this guy and Darwin was somehow in the same time period or contemporaries?
Do you die the day you born?
Bro, that's more than 100 years difference.
I'm asking you a simple question. Do you die the day you're born?
That's more than 100 years.
No, it's not. See, that's what I'm saying. You're not. I don't know if maybe you're trying to play a game.
1707 to 1809 is more than 100 years difference.
EnQi, when did he die?
Yo, this is wow.
Man, this nigga died. Man, come on, yo. He died after Charles Darwin died, though, bro. EnQi, you know the man died after Charles Darwin died, though, right? If Charles Darwin died in 18, hold on, bro. If Charles Darwin died in 1882, and your man died in look, when did he die? When he say he died?
88.
Right. So he was dead before Darwin was even born. Again,
right.
You're wrong.
Though. I'm just trying to figure out what are you saying?
You're wrong. Listen, now you tried to defend him. I'm trying to run a scam, and you tried to defend him, and now you look crazy.
No, I'm trying to figure out what are you saying though?
Oh my God.
Wait, what is it? Before we get off this show, I'm gonna ask you this, bro. One, I'm gonna say where the source at that you will never show, and everybody knows that. What are you trying to say with these three thinkers right here, right? Man. What's the problem? What are you trying to say? What's the issue? No, come on, man. We can't do this like this.
Listen, no. Because I still give you props because listen, you are a different breed on the internet. If you wrong, if you right, no matter what.
Problem number one. Unc does not know who the father of evolution is. He and his students believe Darwin to be the father or sole inventor of evolution.
And then you try to separate Charles Darwin from evolution. I told you he's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. He's the father of evolution. His theory is the quote unquote foundation of evolutionary biology, which unifies everything in nature. So I'm just trying to tell, how is a man's theory not a theory that actually unifies biology? It's crazy.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up. Charles Darwin.
You are not.
Everybody on the internet is not the same, bro. That like people just are different. And what we just saw right there, that was different. That was different. Listen, that was different. That's 100 years difference. And then he tried to say, oh, well, when did he die? When did he die? He died in the 1700s. He died in the 1700s.
He died 1788.
Darwin was born in the 1800s.
Hold on,
so
can I finish? Can I?
Romney is a flip-flopper, that he changes his mind too much. Being that Mitt Romney is a flip-flopper, that he changes his mind too much.
And oh, by the way, he explained it all wrong.
In the 1800s, Francis Galton and other scientists performed experiments on the pangenesis theory and found it to be incorrect.
EnQi is absolutely right about that statement right there. And oh, by the way, he explained it all wrong. I'm going to say it again. He's absolutely right. Charles Darwin's blood, second cousin, Galton, him and some other scientists actually tried to apply the scientific method, and they debunked the scientific hypothesis with pangenesis. They did that. You got nothing correct.
Being that Mitt Romney is a flip-flopper, that he changes his mind too much.
You got nothing correct. I'm going to say this again. EnQi is right about pangenesis, right? Being disqualified by not having actual proof of it. You got nothing correct. EnQi does a great job in explaining that. You got nothing correct. And you explained this eloquently. You got nothing correct. Attempted to explain inheritance and variation, and you explained this eloquently. EnQi, now you straight outright lying. You got nothing correct, and you never brought that source. You got nothing correct. I appreciate you bringing up horizontal gene transfer years ago, right? I appreciate you bringing up a pangenesis, right? And educating us on that. I actually appreciate that. You got nothing correct. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it.
His scientific conclusion, the wrong explanation on how things was inherited, does not debunk Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. It actually strengthens it.
The wrong explanation of how does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it. The wrong explanation of how things was inherited does not debunk evolution. It actually strengthens it.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is a king.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Now, if we look at the top and we see Comte de Buffon, Comte de Buffon was born in 1707. Darwin was born in 1809. That is...
Disclaimer. Bro Unc did call me out for not being able to read. The following. Yeah. Bro Unc did call me out for not being able to read. The following. Yeah. Roll the tape.
He can't comprehend what he reads.
Go ahead, because your name is in the title. Go ahead,
So Ned, I need you to check your email.
Okay.
Pull something up. Because this is what EnQi does not understand. He does what they all do. Okay? We're just going to get this straight. Let's get this real straight here.
Man, I would love to keep this going, but I got to go get my babies.
Yeah, I know. Running. I know. Go get your babies.
I'm a father of 5, and I take care of mine.
Pull up your email real quick. He got 2 seconds.
All right.
Ask that man, did the scientists know everything? No, they don't know everything.
The only thing with this is I don't know how to blow it up, so.
You don't got to blow it up. So can you read that to the people? First of all, we're going to ask EnQi. EnQi, do you know what a scientific theory is? Now it's my turn to ask questions. It's my turn now. Do you know what a scientific theory is, EnQi? You could look it up. I want you to. I ain't trying to get an aha moment.
No. I'm just like not answering, so you can go ahead and finish.
No. What is that? See, so this man didn't ask 1,000 questions. Now you ask him 2.
Oh, you on the clock, brother? Just come on with your paper.
No, I want to know what is a scientific theory, bro. You can look it up. Go to Wikipedia.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Osanetta, read it and see if he agrees with it.
You gotta send it again. Send it again.
I cannot send it again. It's gonna knock me off the stream, y'all, bro.
Okay, hold on. Wait, hold on. Oh, why can't you read it?
Because I can't read, nigga. That's why. Now, I can't read. So I can't read. So let's get that out the way. I cannot read. So that's why Sanetta's gonna read. Hypothesis. We're talking about scientific hypothesis, just like we were talking about scientific facts. A tentative statement about the natural world leading to deductions that can be tested. If the deductions are verified, the hypothesis is provisionally corroborated. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy, which requires you. You know why I can do that? Because I practice scientific literacy.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up.
Why? How? On what? In what universe are they contemporaries or in the same time period? That's 100 years
generations, or within generations. You didn't hear me say that?
That's not the same generation.
I said within generations.
Yo, you're plenty of scientists who addressed that before Charles Darwin.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they was trying to get decent people, but go ahead. I'm gonna tell you why they wasn't successful. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why they wasn't successful.
Because they didn't identify the mechanism. That's
wasn't successful.
Because they didn't identify the mechanism. And that's why he's called.
Wait.
No, don't cut me.
Right there.
Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off.
Okay, go ahead.
Cut me off. All Darwin thing lacked was what? A mechanism. No evidence of minerals in the blood of transferred traits. It says no evidence of transferred traits was found. Concluded pangenesis lacked empirical support. This is where this shit is falling apart. This is science right in front of y'all eyes.
Going to argue with me on a whole bunch of different things, but nobody is going to be able to tell you that gemules is real, that pangenesis is a fact, or that it was not debunked in the 1800s.
He's right. Nobody can tell you that it wasn't that, because that's exactly what happened. He's right. Nobody can tell you that it wasn't that, because that's exactly what happened. EnQi, I'm going to say this again. EnQi is right about pangenesis, right? Being disqualified by not having actual proof of it.
Is this your king? Is this your king? This is your king.
Go to Amazon now. I'm telling you, this book is blowing up. This is why you have to go to Amazon and get the book, Rich Abs, Poor Abs, now.